Oh, my eyes are watery.
Oh no, because you're so emotional after last session. So, a recap of what happened previously. You guys all gather in the locked jaw for a wake, the celebration of the deaths of 2 masked members. Both of these women's deaths were predicted by Oran, who, feeling quite disturbed by the situation, decides to go back upstairs and take a rest while they reflect on all their prophetic nature. After a few speeches which reveal just how short the life expectancy of a masked member is, you all drink to long and happy lives, which brings Erwen to tears. Erwen is on edge, as this is the first funeral you have attended since your husband's. You find yourself constantly reminded of him and the emptiness he left behind. But at least, for the first time in a long time, you are in good company, and you also have access to information and power that you've never had before through this group and the journal. So, you all notice Yanel subtly ratting out Nizana's bad behaviour to one of the leaders of the masks. Valis, you narrowly avoid Nizana confronting you, while your blue-skinned bodyguards all square up to defend you. And after hearing of your plight, the masked leaders, Talveas, Mina, and Sinia, all decide to speak with Nizana and consider removing her from her post. And in celebration, Nizana is removed from the wake, and Valis gets drinks for everybody! Huzzah. Drinking leads...
the wake.
Drinking, forcibly removed from the wake. Drinking leads to some good and bad decisions. Vasir hooks up with Ellie, and Valis makes out with a guy at the bar called Belrain. Sorry. Bad choice. Unfortunately, Yanel walks in on him mid-kiss and seems very distressed, enough that they leave the wake, and Erwen offers them a shoulder to cry on, learning more about Valis and Yanel's relationship, the breakup, and Yanel's depression. Malik argues with Valis about the kiss, leading to him threatening Valis, and then an argument ensues. Even though Valis throws the first punch, Malik hits harder, leading to a brawl. Ellie comes down to find the wake finished, and Valis with a broken nose. Together with Erwen, they try to take Valis home, but he refuses to shake them off. Facing the wrath of 2 hot femmes, Valis is eventually cowed into submission.
Like every bisexual.
He sleeps on the table that night, too scared to confront Yanel over the kiss. The next morning, Valis and Yanel have a difficult conversation in which Yanel tries to figure out what they mean to each other. All they want is a little hope that they might get back together again one day. And Valis suggests Yanel try and see other people. In the end, Yanel heads off to meet someone from the Church of Shah, and the party, unsure of what to do next, decides to follow them, which leads to them sneaking aboard a passenger vessel and eavesdropping on Yanel, thanks to the wiles of Snack and Abnormal, looking like strange dogs, and then tripping up the dockhand. Snack, if you remember, just in case this came up in the previous game and not the one before, is the Dimorphodon skeleton that walks around like a vampire bat, that belongs to Ellie. You guys discover that, and obviously this is a little bit sensitive, but I phrased it in such a way that it's not too confronting. You guys discover that Yanel has been encouraged to do blood rituals by Shah, which they seemed reluctant to try, and they do admit to hurting themselves only once as a form of worship. Valis calls his father, a man named Jural, who works as a bodyguard at the palace, to come and help him, as it seems to be that he has had similar experiences in the past. Eventually, you guys sneak aboard the ship. Jural knocks out the cleric, and you all take Yanel home, trying to figure out what to do next. And with all of you in attendance there, except for Oran, Valis' father takes that moment to tell you all something of particular interest, I believe, to Erwen and to Valis, which is Erwen, Zarina has come to town. Thomas is here! Hello!
Hello!
Thomas!
Hello!
Hello!
Hi.
I'm waving, you just can't see it. Also, hey, same haircut. Nice.
Oh my god! We literally just finished the recap, so we're going to just sort of wrap up the loose ends, and then we'll get to you guys.
Thomas,
Feel free to listen in and enjoy.
maybe introduce from the top.
I
How
will,
do you
yes.
do
Abby, this is Thomas. He played D&D with us for many moons, and then he got a full-time job and had to stop. But he doesn't have that anymore, so now he's here again.
Hi, Abby. Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you.
He's an e-boy.
He is an e-boy. He lives in Australia.
Professional
Lily
e-boy,
introduced
yeah.
him to me. And he played a purple tiefling called Neff in our previous campaign.
My beloved.
Who is surprisingly linked to this campaign. Thomas, for your reference, I've sent you the recap. It may mean nothing to you, but in case you want to read it, you can.
Hell, give it a read.
Okay. So, as you guys are figuring out what to do next, Erwin, who is Abby's character, you realize Zarina, the princess of the Maasai, is in town, and university is in session. So she is going to figure something out if you're not careful, that you're not actually attending the university. And Valis, you know that Zarina may be looking for you and Yanel after you ran away from the Maasai together. And with that information in the bank,
Very loud, Stim.
that's okay. We start up the game with, I'm going to put in a little time skip, just to keep things kind of feeling realistic. That you guys have had some breakfast, have spent a bit of time talking to Doral, talking to each other, trying to figure out what your next steps are. Yanel is asleep upstairs under supervision by what I assume would be Abby Normal, because you can look through her eyes, their eyes, Ellie. And Valis's father sort of looks to all of you and says, I don't know what it is that you're all doing in Kalkan. Perhaps it's best that I don't know. But one thing I can be sure of is that Yanel needs help. And I'm not sure if traveling around, adventuring, is good for them right now. So my suggestion is they go and stay with their uncle. He's nearby, and he has the means to look after them.
Yeah, but Yanel hates staying with Nikia, so bad idea, actually.
Well, what would you suggest?
Well, you say that traveling around and adventuring is bad for mental health. I disagree. I think traveling is a great source of mental enrichment.
Right.
So, we take Yanel on holiday.
You want to go on holiday?
Yeah.
As in, you all want to go on holiday? And he looks around the group.
Who doesn't want to go on holiday? Holidays are great.
Right. Usually, when you go on holiday and you are exposed to too much stimuli, you might get overwhelmed, especially if there's a connection to anything painful from before.
Yeah, if you go somewhere shit, we'll go to a shissel,
Okay.
which is like the beach spa resort place to be.
Okay. So
With a lot of
Erwin and
rope.
Ellie. And yeah, Ellie and Erwin, you guys have both heard of this place before. This place is like fantasy Greece, where there is sort of all white, beautiful buildings, sandy shores, beautiful seas, a lot of islands that kind of connect to one larger landmass. It's less metropolitan than Kalkan. Rather than taxis being pulled around by magical people, you would sort of be more looking at, classic horse and cart wagon style travel. The buildings are a bit more rustic. It's like your cottagecore escape. But there is a university there where Ellie, you've attended before, and it's actually where you met Valis. And I think with that in mind, you would probably be able to tell it to be maybe quite a nice place to send Yanel off to, or to go to altogether, if that's something you wanted to do.
What's it called? Sorry?
It is called a shissel, and it is spelled
Playing is hard.
ASHIYSIL. Because when I started making this world, I said, let's make it difficult for everyone involved.
I'd like to see the end of campaign a spelling bee competition once we're finished.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Ellen, you probably went on your honeymoon here.
Aelin would win.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Like it's the kind of place where when you go you have an amazing time. It is a dry country because it's very celestial, kind of its place of religion and ancient history, but that people get around that all the time. That in fact smuggling alcohol into a shithole is like a whole black market in itself, and it's very easy to do. But Droll will stand up and he'll say, I have laid forth my suggestion. You want to do something different. That's fine. Just be careful. I will wait with them whilst you decide your next steps. I need to return to the palace before nightfall. It's lovely to meet you all, Valis' friends. You seem better than his last. Erwin, we've met before. I know everything about you. I know where you live, just so you know. But until you decide what to do next, I will take my time to look after them. Valis, give your father a hug.
He's like, okay.
Very good. He pulls you in for a hug. He looks seems to be like a spider clutching a fly. At which point he will sort of bow upstairs, and you guys can decide what you want to do with the rest of your day. So Yanel is being looked after by Doral. Abby Normal can come down and rejoin you, Ellie. You have a couple of details, things you need to do. Picking up at Ellie, you need to pick up some money. There's a sorcerer who's waiting to hear from you, but you know that information can keep. So there's also a circus in town. And what would you guys like to do?
Ellie should get her money so we can spend it all at the circus.
That is a vibe. So I also have a translation I really want to get. And
You can. Cool. All these things are really close together. So if you want to go to the circus, you guys would look at where it is on the city map. You could say, well, you could do that in the afternoon. Pick there, on the way. So that's possible. Valis, what are you thinking?
Valis looks miserable. He puts his chin on the counter. He's like, I think I have to stay here. But
For like ever? Or do you want to...
oh no, not forever. Jeez, wow. Ugh. I will give you. Hold on. He gets up, gets a rag, puts something in the rag, wraps it up, gives it to you, Ellie. There is a hair in there. Can you give that to the spooky sorcerer guy and ask what it is? Because I kind of woke up with it around my hands. I don't know anyone with long black hair.
Yeah, I can ask about it. Cash for doing so, maybe?
Cash for doing so. Oh, hold on. He digs in his pocket, pulls out a cigarette, puts that down, goes in his pocket again, just lint. He's like, hold on. Checks the other pocket, pulls out a platinum coin, puts that in your palm. There you go.
This is like enough for 50 translations and spells, just so you know. But it's a
I
platinum.
don't carry small change. Take the platinum. I'm going to stay here.
You're going to come back with a heavy bag.
Yeah.
Also,
Also, Ellie probably keeps the cigarette. Mine now.
Yeah, you can talk to.
Puts it behind her ear.
Well, if you smoke a cigarette, and I think you might discover interesting things. He's like, I will say
Drugs.
it's definitely not a normal cigarette. I'm going to stay here. When you guys want to go to the circus, because I think that would be really good for Yanel's mental health, because I hate clowns, but Yanel loves clowns with their weird pastel makeup and many eyes.
Eyes?
Don't you know that clowns have at least 4 sets of eyes?
You just don't know where they are.
That's pretty cool. Like,
Just don't know where they
that's,
are.
like, maximum predatory behavior.
I know, exactly. That's why clowns are evil. So we're gonna go to the circus.
Oh. Now I get it.
And then we'll go have fun, because that's exactly what Yanel needs right now. Happy fun times and popcorn. And
Hello, everybody.
Oh.
I'm a clown. I'll regret that later.
Just done by Guillermo del Toro.
Oh my god, slay. Okay, right. Friends, you split off. Ellie, you head into town, knowing that you need to go and grab yourself your money from the coinery and your spell. The first thing you're going to come across is the spell. So down into the markets of Calcariat, past those and into the side streets, you come back to a small shop known as the Sigillary, run by a mage named Kaivir, who has offered, by the exchange of coin, to examine some runes which you've found. And he has the following information to tell you. So he, as you kind of come into the store, he greets you. And he says, "You have quickly become my most intriguing, nay, most interesting of patrons here for bringing me these." And he unfurls the runes. "Also, that's such a strange dog you've brought with you." And he
Thank
points
you.
at the...
I love both
You
of
want to
my
give Thomas a
dogs.
little reference of what that looks like? What Snack looks like? I think he might
Snack?
enjoy it.
So Snack is a Dimorphodon skeleton that has been reanimated and has this kind of like shimmering holographic skin over it.
What was that first word? Dimorpha something or other?
If you look
Dimorphodon.
in the Discord server under like Ellie's notes, there should be a picture of it. There's actually a picture of both of Ellie's pets, which are fossilized constructs, as Ellie is an artificer.
I've also put a skeleton in there. Chat for you.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
So
That's really
he's just
cool.
wandering around. Kaivir, the sorcerer, seems very confused, but intrigued. And he says, "Moving on from this."
Yes, this is Snack. If he tries to like nom on you, just kind of shoo him away. He's
Right,
a
and he is
baby.
currently on their leg. And he's like, "Okay,
Don't
off
I-
you get." And Snack kind of like cows away. And Kaivir just says, "So, the runes which you gave me, honestly, I would love to learn how you came by them. For these are peculiar indeed. They are in deep speech, the language of the far realm." And thank you. Honestly, the only reason I know this is because I was very briefly employed as a guest lecturer at the university, along with someone who made studying these runes their life's work. And he points out to you the patterns between the runes, and he just says, "Now, it's my belief that these must be, rather than names or locations, coordinates, as if they're a smaller part of something larger. I wonder, these runes, were they attached to anything? Or did you come across them in this form?"
Well, supposedly they are on this disc. Ellie pulls it out.
Okay, he takes it, and the moment his hand touches it, he goes, This is no ordinary stone."
I know, I tried to get rid of it, and it found its way back to me, so... Ellie just gives thumbs up with a smile.
Found its way back to you.
Yeah, it's weird. I attract weird things, as you can tell. Just
You didn't
the-
lick
the
it, did
pets.
you? You didn't lick it.
Well, obviously I did lick it.
Mm.
You lick
puts it
rocks
down.
to know whether or not...
He puts it down,
they're-
puts on some gloves, and says, "Touching this with your bare hands, it could be dangerous. Ingesting it, even more so."
Well, I didn't eat the whole thing, but...
Snack looks really hungry at the disc, like, ah.
Like Ellie would have also Ellie kept it in her special pocket, which is her tits.
Oh my god, that's right by your heart, you know, the thing that keeps you alive. He says this is charged with an intense amount of negative energy, and he looks closer. The far realm is where gods go to die and dreams turn to nightmares. Some call it the astral sea, and some say it doesn't exist. But people said that about the Shadowfell and the Feywild before they were discovered. It is mine and other mages' schools of belief that the astral sea is out there. A place between this and the afterlife, which is possible to come back from. Whether or not you believe that, I cannot say. This is an artifact, energy which I believe is linked to that place. The fact that it is here is astonishing.
So what you're saying is that this is a fossil of the far realm.
It could even be a piece of one of the dead gods themselves if we were able to take it to a museum in its country of origin and just examine it. Anything could be possible.
New goals acquired. Hell yeah.
And he says, for this, I would suggest looking at it under magical darkness or in a liminal space, somewhere between the planes. Have you ever teleported before?
Yeah, apparently actually, I don't think I teleported with this. That would have been interesting.
I don't know what would happen, but if you set your eyes upon it as you teleported, I wonder if you might see something more. And failing that, shroud it in magical darkness, pull it out and see what happens.
Very cool. I will take this advice.
Of course. And he actually gives you his personal contact details in the forms of a little ribbon with his name on it, which you can attach to your sending stones, to if you want to contact him with further information about this. And as you leave on your way, Erwin, did you follow with him?
That she's hair as well.
Yes. Sorry. Excuse me. You also pay for the services of Kyvir to look into the hair, which he promises to do so within 1 day, within 1 to 2 days. So 1 long rest, you'll have the answers.
Very cool.
And he gives you a big sack of money in return. Like, it's very hefty. Snack could probably put it in his mouth.
Ellie puts it into the file cabinet of holding.
Brilliant.
Which is her backpack.
Brilliant. Abby, Erwin, did you come with Ellie on this mission?
Yeah, is that the guy that I saw before?
Yes, same person. Okay, perfect. So I will just keep that in mind, because I want to just make sure that you're constantly aware of who could potentially be around you. So that's fine. So,
what's that mean?
There's nobody here who's looking for you. Ophelia, the coinery is not too far from Yenel's home as well, so you can go there if you wish to get your cash money. In the meantime, however, just so that we can synthesize everybody back into one sort of vague location, Oran, you and Roland have taken to the further outskirts of the city a little stretch of desert that is sparsely populated but has perfectly enough space for a big top circus. The circus is surrounded by a tall fencing, and in the daytime, whilst it's sort of, out of action, it seems to be like an evening nighttime thing. It is not as impressive as, usually your usual circuses, but that's all right, because you aren't going in. You are going to visit someone who is on the outskirts. Specifically, you're going to visit, where is my detail of what's it called? Blah, blah, blah. You are going to visit a halfling man named Derek. Derek is a clown in training, a sort of apprentice, if you say, who you guys met on the carnival trooping circle. Roland As a seasoned performer,
Roland.
Roland. I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3. Roland. As a seasoned
that's why. Okay, right.
as a seasoned performer and a veteran of the circusing arts and performing arts yourself, you met Derek at the last sort of festival you guys all performed at, and he was a kind and generous man who was often around, able to help you fix up your carts, replenish your supplies, that kind of thing. A general handyman with bigger dreams, becoming a performer himself. And as you guys approach, you see a sort of like a caravan which has like a ticket punch window. So it's got like a kind of like a sliding window with a counter, a little kiosk sign saying tickets. And he is currently washing some like eggs that have been and tomatoes that have been smashed against his
He's like polishing like actual just whole eggs.
polishing eggs.
thought-
You know what's funnier? He's polishing
On
eggs.
verbal second, this was like the copyright that clowns do on their makeup, which is it used to be on real eggs. They would paint their clown
Yes.
face on an egg, and now it's like on ceramic.
Collaborative
museum.
storytelling is phenomenal. And in this life, there are some times where your party leads you. He is currently obsessing over an egg, delicately painting his clowning makeup.
Oh,
You've left the others that morning, so you've only been parted from the party for about an hour or so. Parted from the party. And as you guys approach, Derek looks up at you and says, Roland? Lauren? I wasn't expecting to see you guys here. No one's seen you for weeks. And you guys remember that you've been stranded in the Underdark for quite some time. So this is like your grand re-entry. Both of you have been stranded in the Underdark for about a week. And he rushes up and gives you both a hug. And he says, how are you? How's everyone?
Things are good. I apologize. I've just recovered from a cold, so I might sound a little bit different than when you last heard me.
Exactly as I remember. My God, you sound exactly as I remember. How could I forget such a face? He slaps you. He kind of reaches up. He slaps the top of your arm as if he's wishing he could reach your cheek.
Oh yeah, I
Sit
guess
down, don't mind me. I'm just painting my egg.
I look down at the egg. How's it look? Is it a good is it a good job? Is it a good paint job?
Avant-garde. He's kind of going for an impressionist cubism egg makeup. Oh, it's got to stand out, you know. The rest of the cohort, they've all graduated onto clowning. One of them's even a strong man now. I'm just still running the ticket booth. But it's all right. I'll get there one day, won't I, guys? You believe in me?
I believe.
Do I believe?
Do you?
Sorry.
Roll to believe in him.
I'll tell you what. I'll roll a d20.
Okay.
If it's
roll an insight check. Just roll an insight check.
Insight check. Okay. I'll do that. That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, this is not going to be very good. That's okay. It's a 6. 2 on the die.
Oh, he's got a big future as a clown. He's a prodigy in clowning.
Okay, Roland will put an arm on Derek's shoulder. I think you've got a big future as a clown, although I can't see through it. It's foggy, but I'm sure it'll be fantastic with your excellent painting skills.
Excellent.
And I look back at the cubism egg. I'm sure you'll find a good niche, and I can't wait to see what you come up with, fledgling clownling.
Well, maybe I have heard.
Padawan.
Get this, guys. So, someone in there. The name's Joseph. Runs the pie eating contest. Hasn't turned up for work for days. I'm thinking I might be able to slip in there and make that my big break.
Having experienced and am currently experiencing a member of our troop who's been missing for several days, I don't think Oran's going to let that just go sort of like, is Joseph okay? Do you know where he is?
Probably fine. I mean, Ringmaster says he's on leave, but we don't really get holiday, so I reckon he's just drinking out in the town. It's all good.
Oran leans to Roland and says, "These clowns need to unionize."
These clowns. Fantastic. Well, with that in mind, he says he kind of overhears you
a
and
clown union leader.
he overhears you and just says, now, let's not be hasty. The circus d'Anomalie is here for us all. That's the name of the circus. Circus d'Anomalie.
Anomaly.
Anomaly.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's cute.
With an IE. So like anomaly with an IE.
Does someone called Dan run it?
It's Dan Amelie's circus.
Dan Amelie's circus.
Where is this Dan? I would like to speak with him.
Cool. And Derek just says, well, you're here without the rest of your troop. Business aside, what's up?
Stop, bro.
Well, as you may remember, Colin.
Colin? Yeah, is he not around?
We got attacked in the Underdark. And he is somewhere in the Underdark, and we are getting help to retrieve him. We thought he was dead for
Oh my god. And he's
a little
alive.
while, yes.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
Well,
So just looking at Roland like,
Roland has like a
He's
pained
like-
but somewhat relieved expression.
mm.
A little worn down by the circumstances, but you can see him
Hmm.
shed a tear out of the corner of your eye.
Derek holds your hand and sort of touches the blob, which is Oran.
How tall is Derek, by the way?
Derek, 4'6". I've
Okay.
decided. I need to add that to his notes. 4'6".
I guess
Clown
in that case,
craning loves painting eggs. Just classic,
Derek.
classic Derek.
Derek.
Anyway, so he gives you guys some comfort and just says, look, anything you need to help you get by whilst you're recovering from what sounds like one hells of an ordeal. It's fine. Just ask. I've been fixing up a new wagon anyway. You can have my ticket one. And besides, if I rise up in the ranks and Joseph doesn't come back, I mean, I might not need this thing anymore.
Derek's delusional.
Well, I hope that the circumstances can happen whilst accounting for Joseph's safety and well-being.
Mhm.
But yes, thank you. This is very generous.
Of course. Thank you. It's all good.
We lost so much.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys.
Let's miss each other.
Or Joseph gives you a big hug. Not Joseph, excuse me, Derek. Derek.
That was
No, my dreams!
Derek
ground.
kills Joseph.
Derek kind of like slightly submute. He's killed him and wrapped himself out. Like, he's not been sick for a few days. Nothing strange about that at all. You guys, I keep saying Joseph now. Derek gives you a hug and just says, it's going to be all right. But yeah, feel free to come by anytime. Maybe bring a few more hands with you so you can take some supplies back. I'll fix this cart up for you by tonight and you can take it. It's yours. Just treat her right.
we're in your debt. Thank you.
It's all right. The circus is closed for now, but you have the promise of later you can come back if you wish to. Circus. Oren and Roland, if you like, you can head back to Valsinel's house, have something to eat, put up your feet, Get yourself circus ready, whatever that might entail. Whether that's putting on frilly frou-frou outfits, whether that is
All of the above. I think
you know-
Roland, as we're walking back, he'll turn to his compatriot after they're out of earshot, and he'll kind of like look around. Free card, booyah!
Booyah, Kasha.
Booyah. Booyah is correct.
I won't booyah back like in Splatoon. But nobody would understand. Sorry. Emma and Roland, I guess, is this characteristic of Roland? Does this warrant an insight check?
Only Roland can answer this. I am not.
You can insight check me all you like.
I would like to insight check, mostly because like
You're worried about his well-being. That's okay.
yes, yeah.
Just roll that d20 for me.
Maybe this is just a lucky break. So insight. That's a 17.
17.
Yeah, I think he's genuinely happy because this is like a good break after everything that's happened. But also, he's just Roland's a bit of a goofball. So
This is true.
he wears his emotions on his sleeve. Let's just say, and it's this has been a hard time, especially given Colin has gone missing.
Yeah.
But he's alive.
I think like Oran doesn't respond right away, but then eventually it sort of goes, yes, free card, yes. Sorry.
Fantastic.
Yes, it'll be good. It might be nice to see some performing tonight. I don't know if you want to stick around for that or.
Hopefully, we can bring some more hands to help with the cart. Hopefully, Colin's hands.
You take a moment to cry against a wall.
I'm just gonna pat his eye.
I'm sure we'll find it.
As you're sobbing, actually no, you can be sobbing like dramatically on a chaise downstairs, in the safety of Valentina.
Fainting couch, like rolls in the frame.
What did Aelin send? Just my god! Right, Ellie has possessed you, so you are you're something. Something's happened to you, Aelin. Something's happened. Don't know what it is.
What did you say that in response to, Aelin? Sorry.
Just his hands.
Yeah, like an extra pair of hands. Like, hopefully we'll have his hands back soon. And it's like, just his hands?
Right.
Okay.
Ellie said that genuine. Like, you only want his hands back, and everyone else heard it differently.
Yes. There are two distinct ways you could take that.
Indeed. You guys kind of come back to the safety of the home, and you can have a nice rest before going out.
I'll show you around. Each room has a silence ward. It seems to be fairly well protected. It's also huge. There's like a bathhouse, and so it belongs to Yanel, who isn't here. I guess like we'd noticed that.
You want to look around. You see some food left out for you guys. A few plates and breakfast that you can munch on if you'd like to. But sort of speaking on this, I think just very briefly, you guys head upstairs. Let's head upstairs. Valis, you and Yanel, you and Gerald are sitting with Yanel, who is sort of asleep on the daybed upstairs in the larger main bedroom. Gerald has, it seems, put them under some sort of magical sleep. They're like, it's a sort of like a light kind of like over their eyes. It's sort of like stars almost dancing. Sitting together, Gerald just says to you, do not concern yourself. Everything is fine in the palace. I know Zarina is here, and that might be a shock to you, but I will go home soon.
Yes, so Zarina is here. Why? Do you know why?
I believe she was actually looking for Erwin.
Why?
I don't know. I don't concern myself with whatever she wants.
Yeah, but I kind of need to know what she wants, so...
Well, who knows what she wants? I know what she wants. Anyway, I won't say anything else. You can tell Valis Dural has some tension with Serena. You can think of a billion different reasons why, but at this moment he seems a bit frustrated with her, and he just says, "It doesn't matter." But I am worried about you fending for yourselves out here, especially because Yanel is supposed to be in the Messiah.
Well, many people are supposed to be doing many things and they don't do them.
Yanel is a princess.
Sorry.
Yanel is a regent. They have a duty to rule. And Ulster, the king of the Messiah, can't do this by himself right now.
So, what you should do is appoint someone else to do it.
It's not my job. I'm just there to look after him.
Loran should appoint someone else to do it.
Go to a shissel, Valis.
Now you told me to do that, I don't really want to go anymore.
Ugh. Have your holiday, but be warned, it may be shorter than you expect.
Why do you have to make everything boring?
I'm not making everything boring. But if Zarina is looking for Erwin, odds are her eyes will fall on you eventually. Do you want to hide from her?
I feel like if I hide from her, it will make everything worse.
Well, then you know what to do. Just prepare yourself.
Mm.
Hopefully, once she meets Erwin, she will be satisfied and leave. But I cannot say that is the case.
Why'd she come all this way looking for Erwin, though?
Only she can know. I have a feeling she's probably also looking for you. It's very hard to find you. Very hard to find you now.
You do know I have no intention of letting Yale go back to the Messiah, no matter what happens.
They aren't well. I understand. Oh well, he stands. You do what you have to do. I do what I have to do. And what I have to do is protect you and warn you against people who may or may not have your best interests at heart.
Can I ask a hypothetical question?
What is that?
If you had someone who knew your deepest, darkest secrets and they were a loose cannon, you would kill them, right?
I would kill them. Who needs death?
I mean, failing death, what are the other options?
You don't want to know the other options.
I kind of do, though, because death is a very extreme option.
Well, there's a lot of soft flesh around the face which could be removed to prevent any information from coming to light. Tongues, eyes, ears. Fingers, just to be safe in case he accidentally, drags something across the floor to suggest writing out.
Okay, how about no maiming? No maiming or death.
I can employ a mage to mire his mind. So that he cannot recall the information which is sensitive to you.
Okay. If you want to slip me any mage information, I could really use that.
Well, you know plenty of people at the palace would be able to do that.
I need it here.
Well, you have a mage. I'm sure Erwin could do it. She seems accomplished. What do you think?
Erwin can't do it because Erwin likes to make pretty sparkly magic tricks, not mind.
There's a darkness about her. I can sense it.
I don't think Erwin can.
There's a darkness. I see it. The shadows cling to her face in a strange way.
Yeah, I don't think Erwin is a adept.
Necromancer.
Can you stop being weird?
Sorry, it's just a habit after so long. I can find someone who can give you a potion, but it may take some time. Is that what you want? To wipe someone's mind?
Potentially.
They would have to start everything again.
Oh, can't we just alter it a little bit?
What's the fun in that? I mean, yes.
Yes, that is an option.
Okay. And he looks down at you now and looks back up at you.
It's not enough.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Tread carefully, Valis. when you start playing with people's minds, it's very hard to fix what you break, should the worst happen.
I know that. Very responsible and very sensible.
And Dra will take that moment to kind of go and fix you all something to drink. And you hear Oran and Roland. I just need to stop.
The D is the sound he makes as he trips the final stair. No.
Precisely. Hang on. I've been setting my timer to make sure that whilst we're all apart, we're all coming slowly together in speedy fashion. Right. Erwen and Ellie, as the two of you guys are wrapping up your errands in town, you head over to the coinery. Are you guys both here?
Yes.
Sick. Okay, cool. Cool. So you head over to the coinery, which is only a stone's throw from Valis and Yanel's house. And it is a large, very imposing building, sleek and beautifully carved out of the same reddish stone, which you can see everywhere in the city. There are guards placed at every exit you can see. The main entrance, is a kind of large vaulted door with iron bolts going across it. It is incredibly well protected, and there are sigils carved into the archway that surrounds the door frame. And with your arcane background, Erwen, you know that these seem to be kind of protection sigils, glyphs, etc. You could even note a couple of them down if you wanted to use them later in your own spell casting.
Yes.
And you head inside. Yeah?
Yes, I will.
Cool. You guys head inside, and you are greeted immediately by a orc woman who is sort of got sleek hair, a very fine tabard and cloak and half cloak, in kind of like a gold and blue, which are very traditional Carnet colours, like an electric blue. And she has a sort of necklace around her neck with a very large golden coin on it, which has a glowing sigil in the middle. And she approaches you and she says, "May I help you both?"
Here for pickup.
Pickup, of course. Do you have a vault already in your name, or are you picking up mail?
I have mail that indicated that there was a package.
Okay, perfect. So you do, after kind of going through the letter with her briefly, just sort of like pointing out the bits you were sort of referring to, you find that there is a very small safe, like a lockbox that's built into the wall, which has been set aside for your use. She escorts you there, and you go through just one or so rounds of identification, leaving your name and the signature, and then you are given a small seal. It's a golden seal with something carved, a kind of like a pattern carving kit with you, and they say you need to come up with your own unique signature, which you can use as your credit. You stamp this wherever you go to pay for whatever you need in the city, and they will come and collect from us later on. So, would you please come up with something?
Okay.
What do you want to be your signature, Ellie?
It's probably like her initials, but they're very like serpentine looking.
Okay, you've got a little snake thing going on. That's sick. Okay, as you make that, you sign yourself in and you head over to your lockbox. Now, you open up. And inside you see a small pouch which is filled with kind of coins in platinum and in gold, so the largest pieces that you can. There is also a separate sigil, which is you recognize to be your father's, at least a copy of it. So you got your daddy's credit card as well as some money to sort of keep you going. You can, now that you've kind of appraised what's in there, you know how much money you have. There is one more detail I feel like I just need to mention to you, which is once you have taken the money out that you need, which is you have the equivalent now of 1,500 gold pieces.
Sick.
Which is about your mum and dad's combined yearly salary. Just so you know. So that's a lot of money. And you imagine that can keep you going in a city like this, needing accommodations, etc. for, if you're frugal, a couple of years. If you're not frugal, well, it can go in money can go anywhere at a time. As you leave, though, with Erwen, and you begin to sort of sign out, Erwen and Ellie, both of you notice something. You notice different things. First thing is this. Ellie, you notice as you scroll down, looking through the logbook to find your name, you pause. You've already signed out. Because from here, it says Ophelia, Grace, and a signature, logged in and logged out, except that was 2 hours ago.
Huh.
And now that you think about it, the safe that you saw was very large compared to the amount of stuff that was in it.
Been robbed.
And you scroll down and then you see your name written again. Your father opened this vault specifically for you. And you have a feeling somebody's been in there digging around.
Does the signature match?
So the handwriting matches. The signature is completely unique to you and you only just made it. It does not match.
That's sus.
Does the can I study the signature to see if I can find similarities between any other vault goers?
Of course you can. So you can have a little look, maybe an investigation check.
Oh yeah. Okay, that is a 24.
A 24, perfect. So with a 24, you don't see any other similarities with names in that list. However, something you do see is one of the attendants is looking at you curiously. Not the person who welcomed you in. This seems to be a tall human man who just, again, works behind the counter, also wearing the same robes as the person who greeted you. Clearly has the same job, but just wasn't the one who greeted you at that time. But is looking at you like, gives you a peculiar look, and then ducks behind the bar. In the bar.
I would like to bring, if this person seems to be an official who works here, Ellie would like to bring this discrepancy up with them.
Okay. He looks at you and he says, I was surprised to see you here again so soon.
What do you mean again? This is the first time I'm here.
No, you were here this morning. I greeted you and took you to your vault.
Okay, but when you greeted me, was I carrying these two delights? And Ellie shows the snack and Abby.
3 delights, might I add, as he points to Erwen, but I digress.
I was wondering if someone would correct her.
Of course I'll correct her, darling. If I see a gorgeous lady, I'm going to say it and lose my job for being inappropriate in the workplace.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be inappropriate with my coworker here, so...
Yes, this is true. Right. I apologise. I'm all going to HR about this forthwith. You did not have the dog's bones with you at that time.
And I did not have my ever so charming coworker here.
No, you did not. But you did have proof of your identity. And so I let you in. I mean, first of all, you looked like you. And you had I don't remember what you had, actually. You had something on you. You had proof of... Well, I knew it was you. And that's all that matters.
Here's the thing is that it wasn't me.
Erwen, make an Arcana check.
Ooh. Ooh, 23.
You can sense something about this man, the remnants of a charm person or a similar spell that has been cast on him. And he looks confused. He says, well, I recall your delivery specifically because we never get anything from Afrana. 2 items, both are put in the vault. You came this morning and you took 1. Is that not correct?
Let me confirm, what was it that was taken this morning?
It's hard to say, but I believe that it was a key. Sorry.
Is there any sort of documentation of this key?
We did take we do take like stock, and we make sure we have a description of the items. I can get that for you, but we'd need it back.
Please do.
Indeed. So you just recall, as he's sorting this out for you, you do recall your father opened the vault for you specifically. Apparently, he has sent 2 items by secure teleport, but in his letter, he only mentioned money. The coin master believes that there was a key in the vault, and it strikes you strange that whoever came to your vault to steal didn't take the significant amount of money, but instead took the key and left the cash. All of this together leads you to believe this was not a crime of opportunity, but in fact a planned theft from you.
A crime of passion.
A crime of passion, no less. And as this is happening, Erwin, you are a little bit distracted, despite the fact that you've been complimented so marvelously by this strange man. He's not ugly, but it's always uncomfortable when some random person compliments you.
Excuse me, sir, I'm married.
I'm married. So, as you are going sort of around helping Ellie, you keep glancing back at the logbook, because surely that wasn't right. Zarina's name in the coinery log. And the name of someone else you know, a man named Bo Algren, right underneath hers. And it feels a little bit too much of a coincidence that the princess, your friend of the Maasai, and one of your close companions from the Maasai, almost like family to you, would be here at the same time and have visited. And so soon before you guys arrived. In fact, you don't think you'd have to go back and check. You don't think they'd signed out yet. You think they might still be here, even. As Ellie is sorting this out, you see Snack kind of sort of wobble out of sight, and you sort of follow. And he starts moving towards like the groups of people that are all around, and he's like just nomming on all their ankles. And he stops by 2 individuals. Who just happen to walk by at this very moment as Snack approaches them. One, let me just get the description that I wrote here. Him. Hang on a second. One moment.
They're discussing secret nefarious plans.
So many coincidences here. I don't like it.
This is a real mystery. I'm curious.
I hope Lily's okay. She wasn't feeling well before we joined.
Oh, okay. I think she's alright.
I wasn't prepared. Love.
Let me know when we're ready. Okay. Erwin, you follow Snack as he causes havoc across the room, your eyes following him until you see 2 individuals, the backs of them at least. But even from behind, they are incredibly easy to pick out from a crowd. One is a tall and elegant looking woman with strong shoulders, beautiful, almost ethereal features, pale skin, long white hair, and bright green eyes. She is wearing very well-made leathers, trousers, and carries on her back a silver sword in an ornamental scabbard. Beside her is another man, taller than even the princess, who is 6'1", 6'3". He is sort of like strong but slender, has, again, also the characteristic long hair of the Maasai and Erasure, which has been plaited into a braid, in sort of like a practical but kind of intricate braid off of his face. It is kind of a golden, like almost a golden blonde almost. He has a few scars and like kind of marks on his skin from his time in the Royal Guard. And he wears kind of matching leathers, though of course he's a little bit more armored, being a fighter as he is. These two individuals are a cut above all the other sort of people in here in terms of how they've presented themselves, the wealth is apparent, although, you know, of course, Beau is not as wealthy, but always takes very good care of his things. And immediately upon seeing them, Snack bites. I'm going to just pick one. I'm going to pick... If it's even, it's Zarina. If it's odd, it's Beau. Bites Beau's ankle. And he definitely kind of kicks his foot away and goes, "Ha!" And then looks down. And then looks up. And locks eyes with you immediately.
Got him.
And Zarina kind of like turns as well, noticing that he has set his eyes upon you, and looks around to you as well.
Oh no.
Her eyes widen, and she kind of goes, "Erwin," and immediately starts walking towards you. What do you do?
Run.
My first thought should just be like,
You turn around. Okay, you turn around, and then you just hear her say again, "No, Erwin." And Ellie, you hear a few people calling Erwin's name, and turn around to see these individuals as well, also approaching you. And Zarina comes up to you and says, "Erwin, I was hoping to find you here." And opens up her arms as if to give you a hug.
Erwin's just like, "Hello, hi."
Hello. And she pulls you in very close, squeezes you in, quickly, let's go, and says, Erwin, it's been far too long. It's so funny. I came here specifically looking for you, actually. Did you know that?
No.
No.
Why?
But why, of course? I've had a feeling you might ask that question. We're worried about you, naturally. Beau mentioned to me that you had left town, and obviously university's just started. I was quite worried that maybe something had happened and that I ought to come look for you and step in. I'm very busy, but when I hear a friend is in peril, there is nothing I can do except turn up and try and see if there's anything I can help out with. Isn't that right? And Beau just says, Owen, this all seems kind of suspect, I understand, but don't worry. I'm worried about you. Clearly, you seem to be doing well. Maybe my concern was misplaced.
No.
What do you say?
I don't know.
This is not the right place to do this kind of
No.
reunion. Let's go. I know a wonderful tea parlor nearby, if you'd like to attend with me.
Yes, I could do.
Wonderful. And you
She does not want to go.
Yes,
She does not want to go.
okay, for sure. Ellie, two hotties have arrived and seem to infer that Erwin knows them at the very least. But you have obviously more information that you need to sort of procure about the key. And the human man who you've been speaking to, who announces himself as, let's pick a name, guys, looking around. Let's pick a name.
Name.
Glane. Glane.
Nice.
Yeah. Not very cornet, but maybe he moved countries after his family were displaced in a long
I displace a beast.
Displace a Beast war. There you are. Anyway, Glane says, well, this is all I have, and passes you a few pieces of documentation. But this is quite worrisome, so do not fret. We will have an internal investigation set up to see what has happened here, because clearly I have been magicked. I'm vulnerable to magic these days. I'm very gullible. Probably I'm in the wrong job, but I will indeed. I will deal with that in my own time. Don't worry. Your money is safe here, I promise.
Well, I'm less worried about the money and more worried about the key and what it goes to.
Great. I don't know these answers to these questions you're asking me, because they're not. Usually we don't pry too deeply unless something seems like it's exuding death energy. Because some people have tried to store a whole manner of things here. I had several eggs that I were told were chicken eggs sent through, and they were Kraken eggs. And that was a bad day for the janitor. He does not get paid enough to clear baby Krakens out of the toilets. I'll tell you that.
At the mention of eggs, Ellie's eyes go from slits to round.
That was very unsettling.
Sorry, you just mentioned my favorite food, and I'm just thinking about how delicious Kraken eggs might be. Anyway,
right. He stares at you and you stare at him, and there's this moment in which the world stops spinning and he sees through your soul and doesn't like what he sees. Everything is fine. He says, look, I will do my best for you.
Great.
Passes you the information.
Let me know when you have any more information.
And indeed, you guys can head out of the coinery. Erwin.
Ellie's just gonna introduce herself hi, I'm Ophelia. I'm so sorry about my dog. That's Snack. He is a baby.
Don't worry about it. It's completely fine. I mean, Beau's wearing armored boots. And Beau says, I am in fact wearing armored boots. It is part of the whole look. If you can see here. No. He looks like he's trying to bring a bit of levity to the situation, but Erwin, with your passive insight and knowing him so well, you can tell he is genuinely quite concerned that you left town so quickly. And Zarina says, and Ellie, how do you know Erwin?
Friend of a friend. Do you want me to leave you to this, or what's the vibe?
Well, I want to see that everything's all right. I mean, where have you been staying? Is there a hotel nearby? Perhaps we could even go there rather than an inn. It might be more private.
We've been staying with Yanel, actually.
Yanel, as in my cousin Yanel?
Yes.
You look nothing like Yanel, right? That's
of course.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what did you say, Ellie?
Ellie's oh, you look nothing like Yanel. That's cool.
Well, it's true. There were. Let me explain. As Erwin has probably told you, the Maasai had two kings who ruled in tandem with their consorts. My father and my other father are the current rulers, and Yanel's parents were the previous rulers. And no, our clans were close. Our blood is distant. I mean, I'm sure you know a little bit about the royal family, the former royal family in Kalkan. Yanel's mother came from here originally, hence the tiefling blood. I do not have tiefling blood. My blood is my father's only, and that of the Gaemon clan, which you know to be one of the 5 ruling clans in the Maasai, Ellie, through your knowledge of ancient societies. And Zarina says, but actually, I haven't seen Yanel in quite some time, so I think maybe it would be nice to catch up with both of you. Would you perhaps take me to where you've been staying?
Yanel's on a kind of mini holiday at the moment, so they're not around at the moment. Yes, but we could go somewhere nearby and have a catch up.
Somewhere fun, I assume. Where do you suggest?
Somewhere fun.
Somewhere you can see some clowning around, or
Yeah, as Abby, should we go to the circus?
Should we go to the circus?
Oh wait, that'd be really fun, like to distract them.
You can, if you want to distract them from having any like actual quiet conversation with you. Maybe that would be a good idea. Lily, I did get your message. Feel free to do that if you'd like to. I'm going to just wrap this once we decide what we're doing. So, where are you going?
We go. There is some fun festivities in town. We were going to have a look at today. If you'd like to join us.
I mean, I did unfortunately miss the Spring Arts Festival due to complications at home. Of course, I'd love to. What is it, though? A play, theatre, ballet?
How do you feel about a circus?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, the circus.
A circus.
The rest of our friends wanted to go too. Should I go get them?
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Brilliant idea.
Persuasion.
oh, I think I just saw you roll. Oh, okay, right.
Huh?
I saw it come up on D&D.
Yeah, it was a 3.
A 3. Okay, brilliant.
I pressed it twice.
I think that at first she looked incredibly skeptical. Circus, really? And then Ellie, when you said, well, we can go in a group, she seemed to have a change of heart. And Bo says, I'd love to go to a circus. Seems like a bunch of fun. Don't you all agree? And Zarina eventually nods and just says, I suppose. It's been a while since I've goofed off, let's say.
What do you do for
Least
goofing
away,
off in
then.
the Maasai?
Sorry, what did you say, Ellie?
What do you do for goofing off in the Maasai?
Sparring, rock climbing, skiing, sledging. A lot of fun, really. That's what my childhood was like. Although, of course, I tend to spend a lot of my time in erasure these days and training, so I don't have too much time for fun.
Very serious business.
It is serious business, whoever said that. Also, of course, I have the inheritance to think about. The throne, it requires a certain amount of commitment. I can't say too much. The inheritance practices when it comes to royalty, they are closely kept secrets in our country. But for those who are worthy, they are able to be put forward to one day take over that most valuable of seats. And that is my eventual goal. I will become a queen. But until then, I will have my fun, and perhaps circus would be a nice break from all the stress I've had recently. And she holds out her arm for you, Owen. Shall we go together?
She's like, of course.
And as you kind of sort of she says, and I'd love to know more about what's been happening with you. As Bo said, I'm worried. Okay, well, as you consider how to answer that question, and Ellie, you can, if you'd like to, send a message over to Valis and Yunel. There are ways to do that in the city.
Ellie was just gonna hoof it.
You're gonna hoof it? Okay, you hoof it. You go. Oran and Roland, after a little while, you see a strange shadowy man descend from the upper stairs, who looks a little bit like Valis, and you maybe get the impression this could be Valis's dad, who you have heard mentioned before, but you have not yet met in the flesh. He looks at you both and just keeps walking to the kitchen and starts making some food for himself. Hello.
Hello.
At which point, Valis, you see sort of Yunel slowly come to, their eyes are opening as they awake. And they look kind of groggy, but a bit better than before. And when they see you, they say, "Wait, where am I? What happened?"
He kind of looks around, he's like, "You don't know where you are."
So my brain's scrambled eggs at the moment.
He'll like reach down and help Yunel sit up. Familiar?
I feel like the last thing I remember is being at my doctor's appointment, and then Drowl appeared and knocked out the doctor. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's kind of correct.
Can I have some water?
Can I insight check,
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. They genuinely seem really confused. Whatever magic that Drell's put on them, it seems to be kind of like making their mind quite muddled, as if they're on a bit of like as if they're a little bit on drugs.
Valis kind of squints at them, doesn't want to leave them alone, so he's like, "Hold on." And he picks them up and carries them down to the kitchen.
Okay, you've done this before, and you need to sort of stop doing this, because I'm very heavy, and you sort of come down the stairs following Droll. And the four of you are all now in the same room, Roland and Oren. Valis, they've come back. And Yunel says, "Hello. Roland, what are you doing here?"
As in here specifically?
Yeah, why are you here?
I live here now.
You live here now?
Well,
We have plenty of room if you need to stay forever. They seem a bit off their rocker.
forever is a long time. I don't know if I can commit to that sort of a stay.
That's fine.
But I'll take you
Commitment's
up
hard for people in this
for a
house.
night.
Right, of course, a night is perfectly fine.
We're
And they
almost
kind of-
uneased by this interaction a little bit.
Still on Valis' shoulder.
Oh, my cloud alarm is going off. Sorry.
There are clowns nearby, no! Dear God, not the clowns.
I don't know what it means, but
It's time for clouding around.
I have to honk my nose every 25 minutes. I apologize.
As it is kind of in mid-afternoon now, and the man who came down before, Valis' father, seems to have sort of put himself together as if he's getting ready to leave. Oren, Yunel just says, "Are you okay? You left the wake. It must have been really sad because you used your prophecy powers to predict the deaths of those two people."
Wow, you know.
Right.
I think so.
You know,
That's
just
definitely news.
like the vibe in the room.
That's definitely news to Roland, right? That's
That's definitely news to Roland.
Can I insight check this character?
You know, you may.
Hello, me.
I just
Yunel
wanna-
is a greyish blue-skinned tiefling with long white kind of curly hair, which looks like it's got a little bit of a slightly golden sheen, as if it once may have been like a kind of more like kind of a blonder color, but it's white. And they are wearing, I assume they're wearing pajamas. I think they're wearing like daytime pajamas. all black, and they look really sleepy, a little bit high. Insight check.
Yeah, okay, so that's a 9 on the insight check.
A 9. They're just kind of cray. I don't know what to say. They have the energy of someone who's incredibly sleepy. They look to be.
I like your gusto.
They look to be, knowing this country though, they have the kind of look of the royal family of this country. Knowing the house, Thomas, this is Neff's niece, Daniel's daughter. Slash nephew / whatever the non-binary term for your
Neff is this person's aunt.
Niefling.
Sorry.
Niefling. They're a niefling. That's it. They have a sort of masculine look to them, but they also sort of have a a slightly higher voice. They're non-binary, gender fluid, and can be basically anything. So that is information which you will learn, I'm sure, over time. But he looks at you and is like, you look like a cow.
Here.
Oh, and they laugh lightly. Doral is here.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Say hi, Doral.
Hello, you know. Hello. Are you my uncle? I'm not your uncle. Oh. Can I get to bed?
I get you now water and a coffee.
What did you say? What did you want to say, Oren?
Oh, I'd love to also insight check because this is very this is
very unusual.
Yes. Come on. Oh, that's a 15.
15. Yeah, bonkers. They've had some sort of magic done to them, to keep them as chill as possible, it seems. And Valis, you think that's quite characteristic of the sort of magic that Yanel has sort of had done to them before to help keep them in like a good state of mind. You also notice that Doral looks like he's kind of getting ready to go. And as he sort of like comes up to sort of start saying his goodbyes, he says, goodbye, Roland. It was lovely to meet you. Oren, before you know it, I will learn everything about you. Personality, friends, family, where you live. Nothing will be safe from me. If you hurt. Favorite color? Orange, isn't it?
Oh my god. Jason,
have you hurt the people under this roof? I'll hurt you. I'll figure out how to hurt you. He looks at Oren.
He says this to every new person I meet.
It's true. Stop voguing, and he kind of gets.
I can't help it. I'm a clown.
I think Roland wants to be a clown now. He's like, yes, I sense the life calling to me. A veteran of the clowning arts.
He starts like miming as if he's like trapped inside a box. It's as if I'm in a frame.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Guys, I'm stuck. Right, so you
Oren opens his door.
Indeed.
Thank you. And he steps out.
As Doral gets ready to leave, Yanel says, am I lonely now? Alone again? Everyone's gone, right?
We're all here.
No, you're all gonna leave eventually.
What's going on?
Okay. Circus? It's nice. And Doral says, this will wear off in an hour.
Cool. If we want to do this again,
I will leave you a few drafts. Just be warned, it'll make them very drowsy.
Valis stocks them in the cupboard.
Okay, you've got a few dozy girl drafts for if you need them. You keep one on your person, just in case. And as you guys are reuniting, about to say goodbye to Doral, he gives you a stern look, Valis, and says, please keep in contact. Now that I know where you are, you may see more of me.
Okay. Yay.
All I had was da-da-da.
Don't be surprised if more people come to try and bring you both back to the Maasai.
Well, we need a game plan, don't we,
Games are fun. I like Uno.
What the fuck is Uno? Alright, bye, Doral. Nice seeing you.
Okay, Doral heads out. Just as he opens the door, Ellie, you sort of slip past him and he goes, hello again, and starts walking down the steps. And Ellie, you come in without Erwin, interestingly enough.
What's going on?
Aaron ran into some friends, and we were all gonna go to the circus. And
Friends?
you wanted to go to the circus, so
No,
clowns.
circus. I've got a poofy dress with some bows on it, and I'll wear it to the circus. It's in the Maasai.
Yeah, I think you should stay in your daytime pajamas.
Okay.
They'll be comfy in case we need to put you to bed at any point.
I'll go to the pajamas in my circus.
The pajamas, yeah. Okay. I didn't know Eowyn had friends in Calcon. However, he looks at you now. Zarina is in town.
Yeah, that's one of the friends.
I like Serena, but she doesn't like me anymore because I'm so grumpy. And
Zarina's been friends.
Oh.
That's so good. Right.
Why does everybody seem to make like that high octave pitch sound when people are talking about Serena? It's weird.
Serena's my cousin and
Yeah.
my best friend. And every day we used to go and we used to read smutty romance novels together in a garden. And
Ellie laughs uproariously at that.
I have some. Do you want them? They're
Take me to the
very
garden.
raunchy. You want them to? Oh, book club.
Yeah, we can have a book
That
club.
exhale.
I love
Oh my
that.
god.
That would be great. Erwin would love it too.
You know.
I think Erwin's really nice. What, Valis?
Zarina is in Calcon.
Yeah, I just saw her.
Yeah, and Erin told her that she's on mini holiday. You know,
Yinel immediately transforms into a regular guy.
Uh-huh. We need a
Normal
game.
man.
Not Yinel anymore. I'm Bruce.
Come on.
Okay, give me 5 minutes. I feel like my brain is falling out
Hold
of my
on.
ears.
Valis
Same
goes
break.
into that room,
Mhm.
comes back with a chest. He's like, hold on, opens it. It's absolutely full of those weird cigarettes and other things. And he's just like, pulls out a tiny pill, comes over to you now. Take that.
Fuck.
You really wake up.
Yeah.
What was going on before, and what did you just give him?
Well, he had a downer, so I gave him an upper.
Ah,
Just drugged them.
Roland, I apologise for the state in which you have seen me after us. I am going to put on real clothes now. And you go upstairs and the little bum flap of the the tail's falling out of it. They just cover their bum and they go upstairs. You're getting a very strange impression of this character, Thomas.
Roland will look to Oran as like his only kind of tethered to reality right now, and just go like give a look like, and then go, and then that's it.
Wait, Oren, did you make friends with a clown? Hi, I'm Ellie. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Roland.
Yes.
Wait, I remember you from the other day. Things.
Yes,
were
I had a
stressed.
cold, so I
Yesterday.
sounded different, but it is
It's
still
true.
me.
You do sound different, but I kind of think you sound better now. I don't know. Before you had a kind of just generic voice, and every week came across with pretty similar
Is your
tones.
nail back?
Yinel's back.
So what a
I'm
cold
wearing
does
normal-
to
We're wearing normal clothes now.
Right. So we're going to go to the circus to save Erwin from Nell's cousin.
Oh,
Harry.
from imminent
I'm going to need
disaster.
some context for that. Oren,
also,
what did you want to say?
Is his name Derek?
Derek.
A guy called Derek who works the ticket stand there. He's very generously lent our troop his old caravan. So we could get some help with that sort of on the way back from the circus.
You guys get the impression that he might even be willing to give some free tickets for entry if you load up the supply cart beforehand.
Ellie
It would
just
probably-
gives thumbs up.
We
Bill.
may, yes. Perhaps free entry. I know for some of us money is not an issue, but for others of us who lost all our money in being attacked.
How much money do you need?
I'm not prepared to answer that. See, Oren would say like,
Let's over at Roland. How much money do you need?
As much as you're willing to give.
Okay.
Like it's on his knees.
Someone who was good with the numbers. And the
Why
money.
don't we have a discussion about that, and we'll go to the bank and figure out something for you.
Right, but pressing issue.
Yes, sorry, I'm still coming back to myself.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go, Ellie, this might be important for you, seeing as you've met her already. Some context is Valis and I ran away together from the Maasai.
Oh.
So basically, this is the reason we're in Kalkan. I was regent for 2 years, and those were the worst 2 years of my entire life. I still actually am technically regent. My parents were rulers, and they both died. Bad things happened. But I was tasked with filling the void. And I really hated it, and so I left. And with Alice, who helped me leave.
But did you appoint anybody else in your absence?
No.
Well, here's the thing: the king is not. The other king is not dead.
The king's there. He's fine. He can rule. My uncle can rule everything.
He's just a little bit. He's sick.
And Valis is also sick. So what was I supposed to do?
Appoint a replacement or temporary.
I don't want to be. I don't want solutions.
Yanel was okay. Yanel's been appointed regent. Yanel doesn't want to be regent. There is a king consort who is not sick, who could appoint a different regent.
Okay.
Who is not.
Y'all need to communicate with each other or something. Because all this weird, not... Anyways, Valis, open your hands, please. And then Ellie dumps, the huge bag of money into his hands.
Roland.
Roland, this is the money you've been waiting for.
There you go.
Oh. Hang on. If an electrum is 10... No, if a platinum is 100 gold.
No, 10 gold.
10 gold. You have 10 gold.
9 gold.
9 gold.
9 gold.
Wow.
Yanel says, I will give you some more. Okay, regardless of everyone's opinions on the matter, Zarina is a problem, and it would be perhaps best if she just didn't know I was here, maybe. Yeah, I don't think she has too much problem with Valis. I mean, you guys are friends.
Okay, but
so I don't see why you need to hide. I should definitely need to hide.
I know you look very different, but is there any sort of magical means that could ensure that you're not detected as you? Or is there...
This is the thing. I don't She must have found us through Erwin and you.
She must know
because
you're here.
Well, yeah, exactly, because we've got magical protections on this house which prevent us from being located.
Okay, but we can't leave you alone. And now they've invited us to the circus.
Well, I will become someone else.
We just need a reason. You can't go back.
Let's think on it as we make our way to the circus whilst I'm in disguise.
Okay.
How do disguise kits work? I have not used them. It's cosmetics, hair dye, props.
Don't you...
Now there's a changeling.
Oren, get this, and they turn into you.
Whoa! I think they'll reach out a limb.
I have very important questions. What does it feel like going from a vertebrate to an invertebrate?
Have you ever had your legs fall asleep?
Yes.
That's the feeling.
Very cool. Thank you.
Oren's gonna totally relax and turn into a puddle, and then you see a mouth go, but can you do this?
Can they? I don't actually know if they can do too much body.
They need to spend a while in the form.
They need to spend a while figuring it out. But eventually they turn themselves into like a furbolg and just say, I'm part of your troop now. Let's go.
Okay, but what's your name?
Are they full size?
Oh, my name can be... Don't know, I'm not really creative.
Obvious. That's
Obvious.
what your name can be. Because if we turn it
Obvious.
I don't know what you are.
But there's so many people here, surely.
There's only one, you know.
Look, maybe
so
you don't
confusing
have to worry about a name because the circus we're going to is called Denomaly.
Denomaly. Cirque Denomaly. Okay, well, my carnival name is going to be Obvious.
Okay.
And you can call me Obvi for short.
Very cute.
It's cute.
I'm a furbolg. I'm a pink strawberry cow.
Cute.
Okay. And you guys head off towards the circus in your circus gear, whatever you want to wear to the circus. I want to see it later. Erwin, you and Bo and Zarina are all wandering the streets together. Zarina is regaling you with all of the exploits that's been happening at home. And Janelle and Jax have been pestering me about going to the theatre with them. Apparently there's a new play that's opened, and I did get us front row seats. And I just haven't had the time, you see. But regardless, and I've heard they've got a new tea blend at the shop that we go to, and I wanted to try it. But again, no time. Everything has been just rushed these days. Are you okay?
Yes. Why would you ask that? Sometimes.
Well, we just look a little distracted is all. And I want to make sure you're all right. Especially all things considered.
Yes, no, everything's fine. Honestly.
Well, I did want to wait until we were somewhere more private to talk about this. But something has come to my attention, which is that, Erwin, you're not at university. And the thing is I obviously went to great lengths to help you go to your classes, and if something has happened that means you can no longer attend, then I want to know. As all of the reports that I've been sent through have been very promising. And Erwin, you know for a fact those are falsified reports. That whenever Zarina is asked to see them, you've faked them with Janelle's help and Jax's help, because I think Jax has probably got skill in forgery.
Mm-hmm. Guys, it can be wiring against the princess. And
Zarina just sort of looks over at Bo, who is taking a step behind, but is still, again, watching you two both. And says, I do want to know. I want to help. Things have been hard for you since your loss. I understand. But that's not a reason to let your life go by and do nothing with it. Put your dreams on hold. You should chase after what you want.
Bless you.
Thank you.
If university is becoming challenging for you, maybe we can ask if you can take a leave of absence.
I have an idea.
Okay, I love ideas. Tell me about it. As you kind of make your way through the streets of Kalkan, you leave the market district, head towards the canal, and start walking towards where you can smell the wafting smell of burnt sugar from candy floss and the sort of like dancing lights of a carnival in the distance. But despite all those beautiful distractions, something crosses your mind. A seed of a thought, an idea. And what is that, my darling?
She wants to say, oh yes, I'm here because I'm on a research trip as part of my course. My colleagues are helping me, such as Ellie.
Ellie, deception check, please. I will say, because Ellie is genuinely a researcher assistant, archaeologist, I think you can roll this with advantage.
Wow.
Advantage. Okay, I'm not going to use D&D Beyond because he keeps giving me bad rolls. So
It's fine.
what was it again? What was it again?
A deception check, please, to fight her insight check,
right.
Which is a little higher than I would expect.
It jumped out. Let's try that again.
Try it again.
Okay. 15 and let's say 15.
Nice, you just made it.
Cool. Otherwise it was like 12.
14 versus 15. You win. And she looks skeptical.
What did the was?
But she says,
yeah, it's being mean.
But she says, right. That makes sense. I mean, Kalkan is full of magic, as you can tell. At that point, literally, you pass 3 magic shops in a row. All of them are like the Arcanist's Armoire, the Arcanist's Armory, and the Arcanist's, like, I don't know, adventuring supplies.
Sobek's gone out of business, I see.
Sobek has completely gone out of business. There is a former rival of the major retailer for arcane items who's completely out of business now. It's all the Arcanists blank. Anyway, Ellie, excuse me, not Ellie, Erwin, you say this and she just says, so you're fine. Everything's all right. Because I won't lie to you, when I thought that you could run off, I just felt a little bit at my wit's end. Everything's been really shit at home. And honestly, knowing that one of my best friends had also run off, it just was I'm glad it's nothing more serious. I was prepared for the worst, to be honest. Erwin, you glance over your shoulder as you're kind of relieved, looking around like, oh, thank God. And you see Bo is looking at you with a completely different expression. Like he knows that you're lying. And Zarina turns and says, well, if that really is all it is, then maybe we should enjoy ourselves for tonight. And I would like to see Yanel and speak to them for a moment if I can. But we can enjoy ourselves. And Bo says, you're right. We should enjoy ourselves. And Erwin, it would be my great honour to buy you a stick of candy floss and a melon soda when we arrive. And you keep heading towards the circus, at which point I'm going to say, with you guys all going in the same direction, there comes a point, whilst you are lining up to enter, yes?
I would like to speak to you now before we meet up with Serena.
Sure. Ellie, excuse me, not Ellie, where's my... Sorry, my computer thingy is stuck on my thing.
Oh, no.
No. Erwin, as you and Serena kind of queue up for the entrance to the circus. Erwin's outfit.
Oh my God! Fancy frilly things.
Valis, I like Valis' outfit as well.
That's really cute. Yeah, I like Valis.
It's very oversized kind of. I can see the clownish inspiration without it being clowny at all. It's slay. Okay. Your what, sorry?
My mouse just randomly stops working.
No, I love it. As you guys are queuing up, you sort of see a whole host of people coming towards the entrance of the circus. It is completely different at night compared to during the day. Appearing, you see a big top in a striking purple and red. The circus lights up the desert surrounding in vivid colours. Fairy lights twinkle all over the assortment of tents and array, and Ellie, you'll be pleased to hear, an array of dancing skeletons, all different creatures, some even human, it seems, have been bewitched to float above the entrance and jump from tent to tent, all wearing streamers tied to their rib cages and kind of with sparkly glitter glued to their skulls, making the shadows at your feet kind of dance like little black flames on the floor. And you see a whole host of bizarre and interestingly dressed people welcoming you into the circus, kind of like queue at the very least before entering, with tricks, acrobatic, otherwise. Though, of course, the best stuff is reserved for inside. At the moment, you're mostly just getting egg painters and jugglers. And you guys all begin to approach. And Valis, you spot just at the distance Ellie and, excuse me, I keep saying Ellie, I need to stop this, Erwen and Zarina with another individual who you recognize to be one of Erwen's friends. But you don't know him very well. You wanted to speak to Yanel.
Yeah.
Who is Pink Cow.
Pink Cow. I'll switch to Message
and
just sidle up to the Pink Cow.
Yep.
Right. So I've kind of got an idea that you're not going to like, but I think it would work.
What's that?
So Zarina's going to try and get you to come back to the Messiah, right? Because, you know, family duties and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what if you had a closer family duty to take care of?
I don't have any close family, Valis.
Yeah, but, like, we could tell Zarina if she finds out that you're you, which is a bit obvious.
It's not obvious. I'm a pink cow.
Yeah, you're a pink cow.
But I don't want to be a brown cow or a blue cow.
No, brown cow.
Oh, I was going to say that.
You could say that we're going to get married.
Cool.
And that your loyalty is to my family because you're going to take my name, and that you don't need to be at their beck and call anymore.
You don't see anything wrong with that, Valis?
Well, I do see many things wrong with this, you know, but this is an idea.
No, maybe I just shouldn't go to the circus at all. Maybe I should just go home.
Circus, and no, you need to go out and have fun because we're going to be going on holiday after this to a Schissel.
Schissel?
Yeah.
Meh. Like all together, or just you and just me?
All of us. As many who want to come because we've got research to do, we've got beaches to go to, we've got alcohol to smuggle in.
Cat noises.
The cat starts coming up to your ankles, you know, picks it up and is just like cuddling it whilst they think, Valis.
I think it's a great idea.
We have. I'm not going to linger on this because it is a dead horse at this point. We have broken up more times than we've ever even been together, and I just can't have this be. This is just too much for me.
It's an impressive feat.
Yeah. We have somehow been together and broken up and together and broken up without ever having gotten back together, Dallas. It's complicated, I understand. But this is after yesterday, you really want to suggest this.
Well,
you told me to see other people.
You know, this has nothing to do with my personal feelings. This has to do with her, jabs a finger in the Rita's direction, dragging you back to the Messiah, and then I can't get you back.
You suck.
I'm trying to help you.
You really, really, really suck.
I will not make a bad joke in response to that. And he trudges ahead.
Fine. They just yell out. Fine. And they stomp up to you guys.
Two bitchy princesses today.
And you guys see Derek! And he's wearing his cubism clown makeup.
Oh my god.
His face is kind of wrong, but it's fine. It's avant-garde, and he is running the ticket stamps area. And the moment he spots you, he goes, hey, and gestures for you to forwards, and you are allowed to sort of skip the queue. And as you're skipping the queue, when you see Valis, Valis, Roland, Oren, Ellie, and a pink Furbolg, who you can just kind of guess from the clothes might be Yanel. But with all of this in mind, as you guys are approaching, you see Zarina kind of tense up and look over. Are you here with Valis as well? Or is this a coincidence?
What's the right answer?
Your character answer is the right answer. You don't know. You've got to tell me what you're saying to her. She looks shocked or surprised.
You can insight check her if you want to know.
Sorry?
You can insight check her if you want more information on how she feels.
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Oh
no.
That's always a good sign.
That's a natural one.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yanel and Valis have been living together, so obviously you're with them.
Yeah, she'd just be like, oh, why am I getting work messages now? Leave me alone.
Get off. Leave it alone.
Go away, work. I don't need to know. She'll say, oh god, just like oh, I don't know. Yes.
So you can literally say what I said. You can say if you want to. With the natural one, you kind of have sort of forfeited your control to me for a moment, which is probably on the lines of, yeah, Valis and Yanel live together, so of course she's here as well. He's here as well. Sorry, I called you she, Valis, because you're so slay.
Elwood is just putting her foot in it.
Say that, Valis.
Yeah, totally. They're living together, so.
Well, we should go say hello. I mean, they're skipping to the front of the queue, so why don't we join them?
Queue jumpers.
And Bo says, I mean, to be honest, we've waited so long. It'd be unfair of the people behind us if we come on. And Zarina just kind of gestures to him to follow. And he goes, and I'm off. Let's go.
Oh, we so
yeah, I know. And Owen, sorry, actually, as he sort of sees you panicking, Zarina like unlinks her arm and starts walking towards you. He grabs your hand and just pulls you back, and sort of like pulls you aside very briefly and just says, "You lied to her. I know. I know. Also, you probably wouldn't have lied unless you had a good reason. Are you in trouble?"
I can honestly say no, but there are, I'd say, good reasons as to why I may have said what I said.
Erwin, if you don't feel comfortable talking to me about these things, I get it. But I'm worried about you. And if I can help you in any way, then I will. Not just for Callan's sake. For yours.
Owen just goes, thank you, Bo. Puts a hand on his arm and just stands and walks off.
He stands there for a moment before following you, a little bit lost for what to do. Zarina. Hello! Zarina runs.
They say hello.
Hello!
Sways over. I had circus music. Let me find it.
Also, I realised that the name of my friends I've given rhymes with like 2 other people. So I've got Janelle, Yanelle, Jarell.
That's true.
They're all just so yeah. There's I'm just putting it in the art chat. That's Janelle and Jax. Oh, Janelle and Jax.
My mouse.
And it loads.
I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
My guys.
My God, I love the clown music coming through like a drive-through speaker.
Don't worry, it's going to be better than that.
So play it on your end.
Yeah.
It should be fine.
Could I get one large?
Alright.
That one's for later, actually. So, okay, cool.
For later.
Yep. Those are all too ambiance-y. Damn it. Where is the one I used earlier? Give me 5 seconds, friends.
5. 4,
Oh, God.
3.
I will go to the loot and come right back.
1.
That's it.
Got it.
Go.
Do you...
Oh, yes.
There are some visuals as well.
Ellie.
You want to vibe?
Hey, Ellie. I'm going to react with a shrimp because I feel like Ellie would appreciate that.
Okay.
Can you react with a shrimp?
Yes, I've sent it through to the group. Ellie, can I just say, I adore... are you going to play it on yours?
Do you want me to play it on mine?
Yes, yeah, because it'll be better for the audio. I just really adore the Laura Dern in a fantasy world energy that you bring to the group.
Can you guys hear that?
I feel it.
Oh, I just closed my sheet. There we go.
A little bit is probably fine. As long as you can still hear Lily.
It's going step right up.
Oh, okay. So it's too loud. Okay, hold on.
No, I can hear it mine.
Okay. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to leave it like that unless you have a problem.
Fantastic. Okay, so as you guys kind of queue up, Valis, Oren, and Roland encourage you to go over to Derek, who's enthusiastically waiting at you, waving at you. And he says, "Are you guys helping hands?
What?
You're here to help them load up the car, right?"
We have asked for a little bit of help. Yes.
Well, actually, totally don't worry about it. What happened was, I got some of the strong men inside and the strong women inside to load up the cart for us. Pulled in a favor, you know? So if in return, when you guys go in there, you could see if you could, put a good word in for me for the ringmaster, I'd appreciate you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So you see, I did a solid for you. You do a solid for me.
How bad is Derek's hand makeup?
Really bad.
Do you want some help?
I do want to search for an image that came into mind when you sort of said cubist.
Can I squat down by Derek?
Hey.
So.
Hey, guy, what's up?
Right. I've hung out with a lot of women in my life who perform in bars, and some dudes as well, but drow dudes are kind of few and far between. So I've helped, do some makeup in my day. Do you want a little bit of assistance with that?
Of course, that would be great. But are you saying it doesn't look good?
No, it looks shit. I think you know that though. I think you want to be better.
Oran would not be privy to that energy.
He's just honest.
He nods and just says, "Well, yeah, I guess I could do with some help."
Valis pulls out some eyeliner and leans back. About a minute later, he looks like he's a member of KISS now.
Oh, whoa. Glam rock clown.
Sick. He droops their nose.
As you guys are doing this, you hear footsteps kind of come up behind you. Valis, you turn, first thing you see is Erwin, and then you immediately see Zarina, Game on Dane, approaching you, along with another individual who the rest of the party you don't know. He seems to have tall, long, white blonde hair, kind of a friendly face, strong shoulders, and Hang on. What have we sent
I
here?
don't know why there is an image for a kissed clown. There we go.
That's so
That's
good. That's so good.
That's the exact I need to find the exact perfect reaction.
Oh wait, no, wait.
Which is sort of pulled back into a braid. And
Well,
you guys are
look like
all together
AI, but-
again after a little bit of mental gymnastics. Thank you for being patient with me. As you all reunite, Zarina approaches and says, "Hello, friends of Valis and Yanel. My name is Zarina. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm sure you've heard of me, but the rumors are true. I am the princess. I wonder if one of you wouldn't mind telling me where Yanel is, so I can speak with them as well."
It doesn't come to circuses.
Erwin just gives Ellie a look of like, remember what I told her earlier? Like,
does Ellie remember?
Does Ellie remember what I said?
Ellie definitely remembers. Ellie is currently in the process of lighting up that cigarette that she got off Alice.
God, that's so sick. Ellie, oh shit. Let me just have a look down here. Oh, sick. I'm really curious to be surprised. Okay. And you guys, Zarina looks expectingly. And
I don't know.
are you all clowns? She looks over at Roland, Oren, and Derek. And probably Yanel as well. I mean, considering they're wearing frou-frou clothes.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
I'm
Valis
just
and Elwyn, you keep such interesting company abroad.
I'm a different sort of performer, but I'm with the clowns. Yes.
I'm the makeup artist.
Affiliated
Right.
with the clowns.
Indeed. And she smiles and says, I'm surprised. Looks over at Erwin and Valis that you guys are all here together, but at the very least it makes my job easier. Came to see you. But if we're all having fun and we're in the same place, then why don't we carry on into the circus together?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. And Derek passes you all around some tickets, and you guys can enter in. The first thing you guys see when you enter into the circus, other than all the tents, the big top at the back with bunting coming off of it, is carved all the way around the rim of the circus is a moat, which seems to be about 20 feet wide and has gondola swans kind of on a rotating path swimming around the circus, giving a kind of proper full tour of the place. You also see a minecart themed ride, which is tucked near at the back. There is pardon me, I have written this down.
It's undercover outside.
This is open to air. The big top is undercover.
Right, thank you. I was going to ask if this was all under a tiny big top.
No. This is massive. It's It's pretty big. And there's a kind of like from the big top there is a kind of row. There are two rows which sort of have games on one side, food on one side, and like performances on another. And in the long center row there is just tons.
I want to win.
Yeah, tons and tons of food as well. And Yanel immediately spots the candy floss, and right next to it, some strawberry soda, a melon soda cart. And Yanel's like, do you know what? I really need that. Does anybody else want one? And Zarina narrows her eyes.
Get a what?
Strawberry soda with cream.
I'll have coffee.
Coffee. I'll find you coffee.
I have a coffee as well.
Would you guys like to know some of the offerings? You see a small cart that's just piled up with blue frosted cupcakes, only blue. You see candied apples on sticks with different chocolate faces of different like monstrous creatures on there. So owlbears, and so on and so on. Owlbears, displacer beasts, worms, that kind of thing, like wyverns. You see Did I write this down? Yes, I did write this. Something called Euphoria cookies. You see a large cart that's piled up with barrels selling wines, as well as some spiced drinks, which are a bit more characteristic of Kalkan. So spiced chai, cardamom milk with honey. You see some fruit wine, fruit teas, liquor as well. It's not a dry carnival. Some tarts and so on, lollipops, candy floss, the whole shebang. Yanel comes back just with arms absolutely full of shit. Does anybody want cookies?
I love cookie.
I'll
I'll have
intrigued.
a cookie.
They pass out Euphoria cookies, which are saucer-sized cookies with
my God.
some, like pink kind of glitter on top, which as you kind of turn it changes from pink to blue.
Like my outfit.
They said they do something funny, and I don't know what that is.
I'm already eating it.
Okay. Just so you guys know, this is drugs. I hope that's okay.
Oh my God. Well, okay,
Ellie is-
Roland is already munching down like the cookie monster, so it's
Yeah.
going everywhere.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Ellie's already
Owen's
tired.
just holding hers still, like maybe she just gives it to Valis and goes, maybe she shouldn't get in under the influence right now.
Brilliant. Okay. One moment.
Let's get cooked, guys.
Ellie is
Valis has got
looking
two
at
lumps.
the glitter, just shaking it back
Two
and
doses.
forth, just not eating it, just
Mesmerized.
utterly
Mesmerized.
mesmerized. Yeah.
I love the way it catches the light. The light. I think by touching it, Oran's already kind of starting to absorb it.
Its veins just start pulsing inside.
Everyone just asked for some tea instead. What was that? That fruit tea.
Yes, the other options you have evening berry wine, which is a sweet non-alcoholic drink, or you can have something like strawberry tea.
Oh, strawberry tea, please.
Strawberry tea. Yes. As you guys munch on your cookies, can you all make me Constitution saving throws?
I had 2.
Can you make me 2 Constitution
Yeah,
saving
but
throws?
it's just
Christ.
That's 11
Okay.
for Roland.
Oof.
12.
Okay.
maybe Owen shouldn't have given one to us.
An unnatural 20.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
13 for Roland. Okay, I'm just going to roll one as well. And Zarina will also roll one. Okay, anyone who rolled below a 12.
What have you got?
12 or below.
Okay.
Anyone who rolled 12 or below, you gain a flying speed for 6 seconds.
What?
A flying speed of 30 feet for 6 seconds.
I immediately take advantage
Cool.
of it.
Okay. You fly.
Roland is he's going fluttering around as well. He's joining in on the
Okay, right. Guys, 6 seconds is 1 round. How far do you go up?
20 feet.
as high as Roland can.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you come back down?
Yeah.
Okay, Valis comes back down. Roland, do you come back down?
He doesn't know that it's only lasting 6 seconds. So this
I'm alive! And you fall
Hold
30
on.
feet.
Hold on.
this 11 foot 700 pound furball is plummeting down.
Oren?
Hold on a second. Seeing Roland start to fall.
I believe I can. Ah!
Oren is going to point up and it's going to cast Tether of Force. And is
Ooh.
going to choose a point sort of 20 feet above the ground. So Roland sort of... Oh, is it 30 feet above the ground? So Roland... okay. Tether of Force. It is a 2nd level spell. Concentration up to 1 hour. I can choose a point within range, within 120 feet of me, and attempt to bind up to 3 creatures within 10 feet of that point using a tether of magical force. The creatures must make a strength saving throw, but Roland, you could choose to fail it, and become unable to move more than 10 feet from the tether point. So, I'm planning on catching you and then dispelling it so that you're not dropping the full height. Now, is 20 feet from the ground enough to not get injured? When does falling damage start?
Falling damage is 1d6 every 10 feet.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Alternately,
I'll make.
I could cast Featherfall.
And he dies.
Does that mean if Emma, I have a
Oh my
question for you for lore and flavor. Since I'm 11 feet tall, does that mean if I trip over, I'm
You
taking a d6 of fall damage?
Pebbles are really
11 feet.
I googled average height for furbolgs and Google.
Oh my god, you're so
10.5.
right! I was like, wait a second.
3.3 meters, baby.
Jesus
Oh boy.
Christ, you're so right. You're 11 feet tall.
You could say I'm a pillar of the community.
You're
That's
right.
That's like double. That's almost double.
I need to change things mentally. So as you do this,
Small furball, then.
yeah, I can't
It's
get
a
that.
slightly
big.
more accurate
Yunel's
roleplay
only
now.
6 foot tall, 6'6", probably best.
Not even in frame. You're like Miss Bellum from the Powerpuff Girls. You just don't.
6
get
foot
it.
11.
Exactly.
Yunel is 6'11" right now, so
So true.
taller than Serena, and he is still dwarfed by you, not by us. Okay, so you fly. I think I'm going to say, just for the sakes of this, you're going to only take 1d6 damage then, especially if Oran
Okay.
is pillowing you with smooth ooze. So you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall down, and you cause a minor quake in the ground, which causes a child who has ice cream on a cone to just go, and the ice cream falls to the ground, and they look up at you and they just go,
Wait, hold on.
and start crying.
Am I close enough to try catch the ice cream?
Mm-hmm. You what? Sorry, ice cream.
Wait. Okay, I would like to do something as the ice cream falls. If you would allow me to, could I use my mage hand cantrip to catch the ice cream and put it back on the thing?
Okay.
Yes, you
get your sticky
can
mage
try.
hand fingers on it.
You get your sticky mage hand fingers on it, and you plop it back on, and he's like, huh? And it splatters on him a little bit. He's like, ugh. He gives you the finger and then walks away.
Okay.
Question: what does the mage hand look like?
Is it a hoof?
Oh, true. I think the mage hand would just look like
Mage hoof.
mage hoof. That was so bad at catching anything. I would like to open that lever over there with my mage hoof.
Double thumb.
It would just look like a grey kind of translucent hand, maybe with like long, like deep blue painted nails or something like that. Kind of like
Beautiful.
an extension of I'm sure like what Roland's hands would look like normally. But
Brilliant.
bigger and disembodied and cool.
Okay. So, as you guys are sorting yourselves out, you see you hear bang, 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 bang as a figure approaches you. It appears to be a clown. With a billowy, baggy, all-in-one suit, and a brightly painted face. And he bounces from foot to foot and says, "Hi guys! Welcome to Cirque d'Anomalie! Have you been here before? Is it your first time?"
No. We're very honoured to be here. I think Oren bows deeply.
Bows deeply. "No, thank you for your reverence." They bow and their wig falls off and they flop it back on.
I hide behind Bo.
Yeah, Erwin's just like.
Bounces. "Hey guys, right. If it's your first time here, then I'm going to tell you a couple of things. And I'm going to tell you the way the circus works without bouncing the entire time. So, there are games. Each time you win a game, you receive, and he pulls out a wristband with little tokens on it. And he says, every time you win a game, you receive a token of favor from the gods, which is a wooden token painted gold, which attaches to any wristbands that you have. And he says as well that once you've had a good go at all the games, head to the big top for the performance, which will close out the circus for the end of the night.
Games.
And says, "Yeah, games everywhere. You got the shooting game, you got the extreme pie eating contest, you got great weapon master, shoot the goblin, penny for your thoughts, talent show, gondola swans, and mystery mine.
Let's do all of them.
You can do all of them if you would like to. So he says, well, some of the performances only happen once every night, so just keep your eye on the stages. But otherwise, enjoy yourselves. And he bounces away.
I would like to try and swipe the token he was holding.
Okay, make me a sleight of hand check.
Whoa.
And Zarina says, these aren't even real gold coins. These are wood painted over.
22.
22.
Whoa.
And you have a coin.
He attaches it to his wristband. I'm already winning.
And that's clearly theft. They'll be able to tell if you didn't win.
That's clearly part of the game.
You would make a
Well,
great
that's part of the
performer.
game, and we're all going to play backhandedly. Then I might as well try and win as well.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Doable.
Competition, guys. And he starts running off to the nearest game.
Well, wait, let's split into teams to give ourselves better odds. Erwin will be on my team.
I want Bo.
Bo.
Yeah, that one.
Bo's like, I should stick with...
No, I pick him. Serene doesn't need you.
He looks over at
Erwin just gives Bo a look like, please don't leave me.
Zarina, how about, in the spirit of making new friends, Erwin and I go with Valis, and Zarina says, no, actually, let's join our teams. So it'll be you, me, Valis, Erwin, and then the others can go off by themselves.
I could be my own team.
And then Yanel just piped up and says, maybe the whole business of teams is a bad idea. Why don't we all just
compete individually? Glory.
Sure. Let's all go together. And you guys head into the carnival to pursue whatever games you wish to pursue. And I think it'd be a good time to take a break because I'm hungry.
10 minutes, 15?
Yeah, 15 minutes. So should we come back at like 25 past?
25
Past. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit.
Push
the button. Okay, so you guys have a whole host of games and entertainment in front of you waiting for you. So would you like to start with some games?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
games. The games are as follows. You have Great Weapon Master, you have an extreme pie eating contest, Shoot the Goblin, you have something called Penny for Your Thoughts, which seems to be a little divination tent with an eye and a magic ball underneath it, and you have talent show.
I want to shoot the goblin.
Shoot the Goblin. Okay, so you head over to a sort of stall which is covered in like red and yellow streamers. There is a whole wall full of teddy bears, of figurines, like little mini fake crossbows. With like suckers on the edge of the arrows, a whole wall of prizes. And there is there is a man, he's about, 5'9", clearly human, with his face is painted like blue, and he's wearing big ears. And he just wears like a what's it called? A board over his shoulders that says Goblin on it, and he's like running in front of a target like, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. And when you sort of move, he goes, step up and shoot the goblin. Think you can prove your adventuring wiles? Well, you're going to get me first. And that is the game. He is a goblin. You have 6 arrows. You must land them all on the moving fake goblin in order to get a number of points. The A board has a kind of like fake goblin body drawn on it as well, with like little different target points. You've got to hit all the targets.
Okay.
Dallas, you can have a go. I feel like this is going to be your wheelhouse. What do you passed a fake crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay. You can add your proficiency bonus to these, so feel free to go ahead and do your first few shots. Mm-hmm. So you line it up, pull it back. He's moving. So ha 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 ha. 360 no scope. Oh, right in his throat, and you like knock him back against the back of the tent, and it almost falls a little bit. It's like, ha, ha.
Those are just my base scores. I didn't add proficiency to those.
That's enough, but also, oh god, okay. It's like, ha. But you, shit, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Haha.
That's priceless.
He looks really on edge all of a sudden. Right, you want to go again?
No.
You got do 3 in a row this time.
3 in a row.
I didn't bring my teeth long enough. Problems Owen never has.
Hold on. Proficiency bonus, right?
Uh-huh.
Do. So 13, 29.
29, okay. So the next one, 13, he goes, ha! Just made it. 20. Oh!
I'll go easy on him on the last one.
He got this. He goes like, 9. Okay, and you have to hit him 3 more times.
3 more times?
You have to hit him 3 more times. You have 6 arrows. You gotta hit 6 you've got to use them all and try and hit as many targets as you like.
16, 18, 14.
Okay. And you go non-lethal damage, he is passed out. And
Surprise.
after a moment, Akani with some smelling salts comes over and just sort of wafts them and he's like, it's all good. All is well. Brilliant stuff. I've never seen anyone do it quite as well as that. And he will approach you, take off the A-board and say, someone else could do that for a moment. I'm going to be bruised up tomorrow. It's like paintballing. And he looks around your party, sees the beautiful women, sees Zarina standing right at your side. And he just says, I see, you're trying to impress the beautiful ladies.
Give me the gifts.
Okay. And he goes over and he like plucks up. I'm going to say that there is a... Do you know what? Seeing that there are some furbolgs with you, he plucks up a purple cow with antlers and passes it over, and it's about like this big. He's like, there you are, there's your prize.
Valis looks around all the beautiful women, the furbolgs. He goes right up to Zarina, goes right around her and presents it to Bo. For you, darling.
Bo looks surprised. You threw it to Bo?
Huh?
Okay. He looks down at you and is like,
I just thought you'd love it.
You thought? Right. I think. And he takes it. Thank you. I will take this as a token of friendship.
Yes.
And holds out his hand for a handshake.
I pull him in, I'm like, yeah.
Okay. Okay, you're too young. You're too young for this. And sort of hides behind Ellen and is like, would you like the jackalope thing?
You better not give that away.
Never
I will
mind.
cheat.
I would like to see you try.
He points back at the goblin like, you want to go?
Actually, too much effort, truly.
The idea of this 6'3" man hiding behind this 5'5" little woman.
I have I found this really good image. Hang on. I wanted to show it to you, Abby, and I'm like, oh no, where did it go? Hang on.
Is it a bow? Am I gonna die again?
No, I don't have one of him yet. I couldn't find a hot one. I tried really hard. I was like looking so hard for like the hottest.
You are determined to get me to fall in love with
someone.
Everybody here.
But this is the energy I imagine Bo and Erwin bring to the function.
Yes.
Anyway, but all is well. Bo will step away and allow anybody else who would like to shoot the goblin.
Yes.
Someone has swapped out. Yes, Ellie, do it. You're presented with a fake crossbow. There is an array of prizes. The guy working on this is terrified, and yet he still offers himself up to be shot. So 6 shoots. Let's go.
All 6 at once?
You can do if you'd like to.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
I want you in my room.
Okay, so 18, dirty 20, 19, 24, 24, and hang on.
Damn.
What are you adding to that? Is your proficiency bonus +4?
Ellie has crossbow proficiency.
It's your proficiency bonus because this is not a real crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah. But I feel like those are all going to hit anyway, so don't worry about it too much.
In which case, let me fix that. It is in 15, 17, 16, 21, 21, and 19.
All of them hit. And you just sort of... No mercy. This guy just turns around and he's covered in arrows and he's like... Let's close this fucking booth. And you are... let me think. They pull out...
Goblin games.
They pull out a skeleton hug pillow, which has got big long arms, and it hugs around you like a skeleton. And you can attach it at the front and wear it a bit like a cape.
Like a little posture buddy.
Yeah, a posture buddy. And passes that over to you. Both of these stuffed toys are somewhat poorly well made, but they're cute. Poorly made. So they're cute. That's fine.
Ellie offers hers to or Obvi.
I have quite an interest in the peculiar stuffed toy. At which point Zarina just goes, oh my god. Because you get the impression it's pretty obvious what's happening here. You know what, though? I feel like in character it makes more sense. Yeah. When Yanel says that and they look down at the stuffed toy, Zarina looks over at you, Valis. Looks over at you, Owen. Is that Yanel?
No, it's Obvi.
The pink cow?
Yeah.
Who likes creepy stuffed animals?
Lots of people like pink.
That's definitely obvious. Our good close friend.
You turned Thomas up.
Yeah. Obvious. Close.
You know, Erin would just be like, oh, yeah, those people love these kind of animals, and she pulls out the little one that Erin gave her. Get me mixed up. Yanel gave her. Just be like, I have one too. It's so strange.
See, Valis gave his toy to somebody else, so I thought that was the custom, to give presents.
She steps back and crosses her arms. What is happening here? Because
I don't know.
I came here out of concern. I know you don't know. I've gathered that you don't know, Ellie, and that's okay. I understand. Some people, I get it. But I came here out of concern for you, Erwin, and you, really, Valis, and Yanel, and you're pulling wool over my eyes.
What do you want about?
That is so obviously Yanel.
No, that's obvious.
Yanel.
It's obviously.
Yanel, if that's you, turn back now, and let us be done with this. And Yanel just stares at them like. I'm a cow.
I am obviously.
Unfortunately, I am a cow. 3 on deception because they don't lie very well.
I was going to offer bardic.
You were about to offer bardic inspiration.
Ooh.
By doing it's obvi that they're obvi, just like under my breath, but like looking at
Okay, I will allow this. Is it a D6?
I think so.
It's a little bad for doing it so fast that you didn't get a chance.
Yes,
So
it is
it's
a
a 5
D6.
plus. It's a 5. Give me a mo. Hang on a sec. Sorry, I'm an idiot and I didn't open the character document for all these characters that exist here.
Characters.
There are a lot of characters. I think that's okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here. There's more. More come in. Okay. More to come. I need to level them up. But for now, deception won't change. 9. Okay, so with a 9 total, it's not as dire, but it's still not great. Zarina looks at you all and says, I'm worried about you people, the three of you. Why are you treating me like this?
Can I try something?
Yeah.
Ballas kind of comes over, puts his arm around Zarina's shoulders, like, look, we're having fun. It's a nice day out. You're probably feeling a bit tired from the travels. Don't you look a bit tired? Right. How about we go on the swan ride?
You and me on the swan ride?
Yeah, let's do it. You love my company, don't you, Zarina? She loves my company.
So annoying. Okay.
Come on! He kind of pulls her off.
Okay, you tug her off to the swan ride. You guys can go to whichever swans you like. So there are gondola swans, which are enormous swans that glide through the water around the moat around the circus. All of them are beautiful, pristine white. And they are, the closer you get there, they're real swans. They're just massive with a sort of a palanquin on the back with open windows so you can sit on their backs. If you'd like to.
It's cool, actually.
And as you guys get closer, you guys heading to the swans. The other options for games and things, there's Great Weapon Master, there's the pie eating contest, there's Penny for Your Thoughts, and there's
would ace the pie eating contest, can I just say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then there's the talent show as well.
Our beloved DM, I have a place that Roland would like to take Oren to.
Yes.
I'd like to go to the divination tent, I believe was one of the options.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'll look to Oren and I'll look to the tent. I need to ask about Colin.
Okay, do you...
Come with me for emotional support.
Just ask me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Ellen, do you want to go with them for the divination?
Yes, I do want to go with.
Okay, so Bo will also come with you. Yanel, that leaves you and excuse me, not Yanel. Ellie, that leaves you and Yanel. Would you like to do anything with them, or would you like to go off by yourself?
Ellie will just be like, what would you like to do?
You mean Obvi?
Obviously.
I'm sorry, yeah, I would have said Obvi.
That's fine.
Just me being tired, I'm sorry.
That's all good, don't worry. I will. Let's go on the swans together.
Okie doke.
Because they remind me of Snack.
Oh.
So do you think that that they come out of regular sized eggs, or are these eggs, do you think, massive?
That's a good question.
I think these are eggs the size of rocks, and the swans start about the size of small baby, but like human baby, not swan baby, and they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's very cool.
Maybe it's like deep sea gigantism, and they just get bigger the more they're exposed to. And as you guys are doing this, and because you're leaving soon, Thomas, we'll quickly just do Roland. So Roland, you head into the divination tent, which has a whole bunch of golden sort of portraiture set up outside. Slightly bizarre looking individuals, all wearing like strange moustaches and top hats, all of them wearing as well carnival adjacent clothing. All line this tent on the outside. The top of this one, it's like a little kind of mini circle tent with a turret on the top and a little flag. And the flag has a golden eye on it. And when you go inside, you are seated by a low table. And at first it appears that there is nobody in there. And the low table has a whole set of cards laid face down, perfectly intricately aligned, with a black velvet, or black, no, silk is more extravagant. A black silken cloth laid over the top. There is in here as well a mirror, a long floor-length mirror, and a crystal ball. And for a moment, you two sit there by yourselves, and then a figure emerges from the dark.
Would Erwin and Bo also have?
Yes, you guys can all fit in there. It's a bit tight, but you have room to sit if you'd like to. When you're kind of on the lookout for whether this person's a phony, I reckon, considering you're a legit mage. And they emerge, and they seem to be kind of at first, just like drawing the shadows out with them, but then they fall off one by one, and their form shifts a little bit before your eyes, almost as if they've got like a magical effect around their outline. And they sit down, and you see a man with kind of pale skin, dark brown eyes, pitch black hair, which sort of drips down over his shoulders, and a kind of like extravagant robe. It's like a velvet coat that's open with a huge hood, which scoops down by his waist. Underneath, he's wearing a corseted white shirt with an actual kind of corset with sun and moon print underneath, thigh-high red leather boots and black trousers. His hair is very, very, very shiny. Like, it's almost as if it's kind of made of substance other than hair at first. But you imagine that's either due to some sort of magical effect or it's oil.
Plastic Lego hair.
Well, actually, when you get closer, you realize he's wearing a veil over his hair, which is pinned in right at his hairline, and it blends in. And it has a glitteriness to it. And he sits down, he crosses his legs, and you notice on his shoulder is a black feathered bird, which appears to be a magpie.
Oh.
With sleek, kind of pristine feathers. And he sits down and he looks at you, one by one, and he just says, "You're missing a couple. What a shame."
It's true.
He looks at you. Are you here to play the game? Or are you here for something else? Ulterior motives, perhaps?
The game?
Tell us
the
about
game.
the game.
They gesture to...
You lost.
He gestures to...
I was just thinking that, unfortunately.
We're all the same age.
The millennial rage.
Yeah.
Ah.
He gestures to the table with the cards, and he says, "Cards which will test your divination skill. We beat each other to making pairs. Of course, I have the upper hand, being a diviner myself, and maybe you think I've rigged them by setting them up in this specific order. However, I will allow you to do two things to improve your odds. First, you may shuffle the cards, and second, you can go first."
Can I try to detect if there's any like mischievous going on?
Make an Arcana check, or you can cast Detect Magic.
Oh, what one's better? I'll do an Arcana check. I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll use my 14 plus 5. 19!
Ooh.
So, with 19, after a moment, you kind of feel there is a sort of sense of latent magic in the air, divination magic, coming from the mirror, coming from the crystal ball, and coming from the magpie. Though the magpie does seem to have something else attached to it as well.
A microchip. A camera.
It's the government.
A different kind of magic, which is hard to sort of...
Government magic. I'm sorry.
Hard to... it's hard to define. But as you guys are looking at the cards, he looks over to you, Roland, and he says, "You've lost someone."
I have. We have.
Well,
He's so fine.
much like I take solace in the company of my dear friend, the magpie, they seem to be taking solace in the company of the raven. And Roland, you did hear some information down the grapevine that they were taking refuge, trapped in an old, forgotten Temple of the Raven Queen.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
And the diviner says to you, they are still there, your loved one. I wonder if... the clown alarm. Sorry, it went off on the side.
My clown alarm. Sorry, I forgot to turn it on to vibrate.
I love it when my clown alarm vibrates. So, as you kind of listen in, he says, they are still there in the safety of her touch. Please put the crystals down. They are not for eye sockets.
I apologize. I'm distracted. I'm a fidget, you see.
Well, I don't know what more I can tell you without a little encouragement. Bit of cash money would go a long way. You get it.
Oh, I see. Yes. And he puts down 1 gold piece.
Rich man.
He likes to. He very clearly likes to come across as rich, even though he isn't.
A wealth of
but a
experience.
piece of change.
Okay. Well, I think I can be moved. I would advise caution. You see, he may need more help later on down the line than you realise. If you're prepared to return to that dark place to save him, I think everything will be fine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
I am no stranger to these parts, and I am also no stranger to losing loved ones in dark places. So let me tell you this. There is a man, I don't know if you're aware of his presence already, his name is Malik. He runs a number of bars, yes. He runs a number of bars around the city, and he has ways to get into contact with people who are under the ground.
Under the dark.
He gave me a gold piece, so I'll give you this information for free. Speak with him.
Roland would have spoken with Malik. Yeah. Already.
Exactly.
Ages ago.
He's like, you've already spoken.
Malik.
You've already met Malik.
I see, of course. Thank you for that information.
Okay. Wonderful.
And with that,
And
Roland will probably have to roll out of the frame.
I would say
yeah.
Roland can go and take a long swan gondola ride to reflect on everything that he's learned. You can only fit 1 swan gondola, Roland.
I think I can feel that cookie coming out the other end. I'll be back. Okay, I will relieve myself.
Thank you so much, Thomas.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you guys all soon.
Have a good day.
To me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Which leaves Ewan.
Mm-hmm.
You feel this magic. And Bo says, so are they honest?
Are they honest?
You get the impression they may actually have some divination skill.
Mm. Yes, I believe so. We can find some things out for ourselves.
Or do you want to play the game? But your friend's given me enough money that if we need to skip that entirely and get to the real reason you're here, then I'm happy to hear it.
Okay.
Do
Mm-hmm.
you want me out of the tent or?
Oh. Perhaps. Yes. Might be a bit private.
Indeed. The diviner reaches out a hand for you, Oren, and just says, "A pleasure to meet you, curious thing that you are."
Yes. Thank you. Oren doesn't look like they want to be there around. They were just there for Roland.
Sure. You shake their hand.
Me as a player, I think it'd be very funny if they were here, but Oran doesn't want to be here.
Prophecy and divination may make you uncomfortable at the moment.
Yeah.
But do you shake their hand? I need to know.
Yes. They'll extend one of their limbs and sort of very lightly squelch around the hand, and yeah.
As you take their hand, they pull back slightly.
Oh, sorry. I don't digest people when I control it. Like it's as in I control when I had no intention to. No, I shouldn't have said something like that. Sorry.
You're like an awkward jellyfish. I didn't mean to eat you.
Go to hell.
Go to hell.
Oh.
Go to hell.
What?
Go to hell.
Hey.
And then he shakes his head. Sorry. God damn it.
Go to hell.
Made me feel revolting just then. Like I said, go to hell. Get out of here.
I feel like it's something more than that.
Okay.
Okay.
Close the
moment.
Oh.
The weird moment and the very strange insults that seem to come from nowhere. Bo looks really taken aback and says, hey, if you're going to have that kind of attitude, and say, no. I apologize for my outburst. You know what? I will taps the magpie and clicks something to it as if he's speaking to a bird. And the magpie just sort of goes, speak English, won't you? And says, oh, well, trying to be subtle, darling. Says, why don't you go and make sure they're all right for me? And the magpie just kind of goes, ugh, and flies out, ruffling its feathers, following you out the door.
Oran's about to be crushed by a magpie.
Seen out birds.
Like many Australian.
Get out!
Go to hell! Mm-hmm. And leaving their owner behind, when you and the diviner are alone, and they say, right, look, let us move past that. And do not worry, dear friend, you may sit and we can discuss what you need to discuss. You are fabulous. I can sense something in here. Divination magic. You're a fellow practicer of those arts, are you not?
Am I? Can't remember now.
You're you sort of have an inclination to transmutation, transfiguration, but you know Janelle is a divination mage.
Okay.
So you may, who knows.
Yes. I'm like,
But of course, that's correct.
Yeah. You could
Well,
say that. That's what everyone would say. You could say that.
I suppose. Well, I suppose all mages have an inclination to absorb magic across the different schools. Necromancy, illusion, enchantment. None of it is beyond your reach. But what brings you here? Would you like to play the game and earn a token? Or would you like to ask me a question about your future?
I'd like to ask you a question.
Tell me then.
Or is there only one question she can ask?
Let's start with one and see where the night takes us.
Will I find all the answers that I'm looking for? How specific do you want me to be?
That's all right. A vague question begets a vague answer, but usually these things are shrouded in mystery anyway. He pulls over the crystal ball and places his hands on it, and then takes yours and places them under his. And there is a moment where there's like a sudden glow coming from the crystal, which expands throughout the tent. And his eyes kind of take on that glow. The iris is shifting in hue. And he says, you already have everything you need to carry on your path. The journal that came to you for a reason. But the Dark Lady often asks a high price. And he's referring to Shah and the journal that you got from Yinel's. Okay. Necromancy, as that is, I believe, where your interest lies, is a dark, dark art. But there are plenty of gods who would be willing to lend their power to one such as yourself. And you hear Bo kind of stiffen up behind you. And say, I think we should finish this now. And the diviner takes their hands away and he says, suit yourself. Are you satisfied?
Erin wants to know more, but she knows Bo's there.
Bo's giving you a stern look. Like, I know what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do this if I'm here or not, are you?
Perhaps. Did you want to stay? Or...
Well, at least I'd know then.
Can I ask one more question?
The diviner says, of course you can.
Will I... Oh.
I think I know what you're going to ask. I have a feeling, maybe.
Oh, exposed there. Will I find a way to bring him back?
You will. For better or for worse.
Okay.
Withdraws. Send the rest of your friends, by the way. I'd love to hear their thoughts. Passes you a wooden token, and for your other friend Oran, and for Roland. And you can attach these to your wristbands, and all three of you now have one wooden token, which will count towards your wristband at the end of the night.
I have two.
You have two. You've stolen. Okay. Ellie, you and Yanel jump onto a swan, who, again, sort of like seems to be life-sized and alive, and it takes you on a tour of the moat. Valis, you and Zarina get there first, so you're in the swan boat like 2 ahead of them, relatively private. And as you kind of break away from the group, Zarina becomes more and more agitated. And she just says, why are you being like this, Valis?
What are you about?
I came all this way.
Do what?
Look,
Are we in the swan boat?
you're in the swan boat now, yeah. The swan is like kind of
He
just...
kicks his feet up and puts his arms behind. Are you not having a great evening?
Are you not going to talk to me at all?
About what?
Why is Yanelle a cow?
About,
Did they not want to see me?
you know,
That's a bit rude. Sorry.
you know, path.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they such a cow? Oh,
I just carry them.
Valis. Regardless of your personal feelings, we have to get along. Okay?
We're getting along. We're in a swan boat together.
You know what I mean.
Mhm.
I can't deal with all this antagonism.
I'm not antagonizing you.
I sense it though. You are. In front of Erwin and Bo, people who respect me, my friends.
I get it. You're jealous that I gave Bo the toy.
Are you fucking joking? I'm pissed at you. And Yanelle.
Why?
Why do you think I'm upset at Yanelle?
They're prettier than
Of course you're joking.
can't say.
The crown is important to me. My family is important to me.
Mhm.
Protecting my family is important to
As
me.
it is to me.
And they've just left to be with you.
Yeah.
You don't think that's inappropriate?
I think can do what they want to do.
What about you, Valis?
Not me. I'm fine with it. Who am I to stop doing what they want to do?
Right.
Free will.
Sure, Valis. She looks deeply unhappy and crosses her arms and stares at the water.
Then I'll go back with you. Just so you know.
What about you?
To the side, nah. Too cold. I'm a Mediterranean kind of guy.
Your dad said,
My
told
dad.
me,
Which out.
Jaral,
Okay, I'll listen.
he said you were sick.
I'm always sick though.
Are you all right?
Hard to say.
Can you not just give me a straight answer for once?
No, it is hard to say. I'm alright right now.
And helping you?
Yeah. They're pretty good at what they do.
Told you anything about before they left the Messiah?
About what?
We argued before you left.
You and you know. About what?
Whether they could look after you.
Yeah, well, they're doing a pretty good job.
They seem normal. But this feels anything but normal about us.
I mean, I don't know what to say to you. I think you're kind of paranoid. Doesn't want to go back to the Messiah. Is looking after me.
Broke up with you. And broke your heart. Basically ruined your life.
It's going too far.
Well, you never would have come here, right? If they hadn't.
Who's to say?
I'm to say. I know these things. I just have a vibe.
You're a divination wizard now?
I'm not a divination wizard, Valis. I'm a princess. I'm intelligent. I have a photographic memory.
Who flips his eye? I'm a princess too.
Sure.
He takes a piece of paper from his bag, folds it up. This one says, see?
Chew, and it floats off into the water.
I don't need the current to show my princessy nature. Anyways.
Suit yourself, Alice. She does. Suit yourself, Alice. Keep acting out. Being provocative. Do whatever. I'm going to keep my eye on you now that I know where you are.
For now.
You seriously going to run away again?
Maybe.
Why?
Because it's fun.
You have responsibilities too, you know.
I only have one responsibility. And I can do that anywhere.
I just don't know how your life is going to go. Keep acting the way you do and keep Yanella around. I remember how hard it was for you in those 6 months where they switched off. And I'm just telling you now, if that happens again, I'm not going to be there to pick up the pieces.
I'm not asking you to. You'd be the last person I'd go to.
I'm going to get off this boat now, Valis.
What do you want?
I want to get off this boat.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get a glass of wine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go punch a clown. And I'm going to go and wait back at your house.
For you now.
Yeah, I want to have a chat with them.
Okay. Well, something you should know. He kind of swings off the boat as they get back to the dock. Yanella and I are getting married. So they're going to stay here. And they're going to do wherever I go. And they're going to take my last name and not have to fulfill any of your game shit.
Fuck, okay, hang on a second. You say that. Serena's face just burns with rage. And then she says, "You're getting fucking married."
Yep. About time I settled down. I'm 64.
You're fucking joking.
No. You're not invited.
I have some... You know what, Valis? I don't think that's going to happen.
You don't think it's going to happen, why?
I have 2 reasons. One, you're going to fuck it up so badly that they'll never want to see your face again. 2, at this rate, you're just not going to live long enough to see a ceremony.
Ouch.
It's self-destructive. Valis.
Well, it's fine, because we're getting married in a couple of weeks. So hopefully I can last that long.
A couple of weeks?
Yeah. When the mood strikes us best. Big cute little ceremony on the beach. Sunset, martinis that I smuggle in, of course. Maybe some tea for everyone wants some, because everyone's going to be invited.
No,
Drop me
Valis.
into it.
Owen was my friend first, not yours.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter what someone is to someone else first, does it? Because things change.
And Valis, in a year, in 6 months, when all this giddiness and this attitude is gone, and your responsibilities come calling, I'd love to see Nell's face then.
Well, when that happens, I hope you're there as well. He kind of pokes between her eyebrows. I'm not going down alone.
You suck. Don't show your face around me again.
So easy.
Don't show your face around me. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I know you do. He walks past.
She storms off.
Martha's face immediately drops the minute she's out of his eye. She's like, ugh.
Ellie, you and Yanel, the pink cow, are sitting in a boat, and Yanel has struck up conversation with their swan. The swans do speak. This one is called Featherine. And Featherine has an erudite and haughty attitude about her. And she goes, what is joy? And Yanel says, I really don't know. I've often asked myself that question. Truly, it's like, I see it feels like sometimes it's a myth that doesn't exist. Don't you think so, Ellie?
Sorry, I was writing down Featherine.
That sounds about right, doesn't it? Damn. Featherine can take up to 8 medium creatures. Big.
Joy is... Well, one, it's a name, but named after a concept which is generally described as some sort of elated feeling.
You ever felt that, Ellie?
Oh yeah, I feel it all the time.
Great. That's good. That's nice.
So you
I wonder
think
how
it's a myth? Is that because you are you saying that you don't feel happy ever?
No, not really. I feel like sometimes you just get distracted.
Well, what's your default kind of feeling?
Just sort of emptiness, void. Yeah.
Does it feel bad?
No, it doesn't feel like anything. I've got immortality ahead of me, and that is what I wake up to every day.
What do you mean
Isn't the circus
immortality?
fun? Well, changelings fade, they don't really ever pass away.
Oh.
Did you not know that? Literally everyone in my family is fae, so I don't really... Except really my parents.
How does that work?
Same way genasi work, really. Sometimes a parent will pledge their child to a deity, and that'll change them. Sometimes there'll be a hint of blood in there somewhere, and it'll spontaneously appear later on down the line. Tiefling are the same. Tiefling, genasi, changelings. They can spontaneously appear in your family tree.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'd know that. But yeah, no, my mama's mama wasn't a tiefling. Yeah, here she was. And changelings usually come out if you dedicate a child to a fae. In my case, my parents wanted to make sure that I wouldn't suffer from the fact that one of them had a humanoid lifespan and the rest of my family had long, long lives. It's truly wonderful that they've now cursed me with this. How long do you think you'll live, Ellie? In a not weird way.
I don't know. I'm just kind of going with it.
Do you think you'll one day be one of those fossils that people study in a museum?
Oh, I hope so.
Are you going to donate your body to science?
I mean, yeah, probably. But okay, so, those fossils of dinosaurs, okay? And there's this really cool one with a triceratops and a T-Rex, and they're entwined
Triceratops.
in
Battle.
yeah, it's so cool.
You're going to have that, but with snack. And
That would make for a
playing
very interesting fossil.
I'll articulate that for you if I ever find your skeleton.
I'll pickle you and take your skeleton.
I mean, I would have to be under sediment, so I would probably have to die in the ocean, which
What's the music?
Not a bad way to go, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose.
Really, any way
This
of dying is, you know,
became really
just kinda
morbid. I suppose it's
the
because
thing.
there are skeletons dancing around the circus. Did you think that's normal? And you look up, and there are still the skeletons kind of dancing through the sky, like la 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 la. It's little frog skeletons hopping around.
I don't really think about things in terms of, well, I guess normal is what is anthropologically, you know, relevant at any given time according to the customs of that period and place. So
Fair. Totally fair. I don't really do history or medicine, I guess is relevant in that way too.
yeah, oh my gosh. Medical history is really fascinating. Like,
Like, did you know new thinking out of a chisel is actually that, well, it's been around for a while. I think it's been proven now that if you heal yourself magically, but you don't let your body heal itself, that your body will forget one day how to heal, and you'll be reliant on magical healing, and it will eventually become less and less effective, and you'll die.
I mean, everybody's gonna die except for, I guess, the immortals.
I suppose. Should we get out of the swan now?
I'm sorry, am I stressing you out?
Yeah. Oh, let's not think about it.
I
seem intrigued by your theory. You think about a lot of things. That's okay. I like that for you. And you guys can disembark from the swan boat as it kind of comes around its full circuit.
You see Zarina and Valis arguing.
You see Zarina and Valis arguing. Zarina rushes off. Oren is running from the tent, being chased by a magpie. And you guys kind of reunite with Erwin and Bo just after you're finished up in the divination tent, Erwin. And the magpie keeps kind of cawing, and eventually, once you kind of, it sort of like sees that you're all a group, it's just kind of flies over to sit on Valis's head.
Hey!
What the fuck is wrong with you? Go to hell!
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Go to hell?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Go to hell. Is that a message?
You're a piece of shit.
Who's that from?
Fuck off.
Oh, such a cute little magpie who pokes it.
You're a bitch.
You're a bitch.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you, man.
Fuck you, man.
It's got.
Just like copying
Yeah. You know, it's like, oh no, he's stimming.
Do y'all want Snack to eat the magpie? Because I think it
No.
will happen.
Go to hell.
Come here, magpie.
Magpie sort of like cuddles on you.
My magpie now.
Looks over at Oren. Go to hell.
Go to hell.
Are you saying all these things to the people I'm with here, or are you saying them to me? Because maybe just direct them at me if that's for me.
She looks directly at you and goes, ah!
What are you saying to us?
Looks at that. He just seems to be repeating the same kind of like swear words over and over again.
Where's he from? Little guy?
The penny for your thoughts. Tent.
I wonder if I can buy it. Are you for sale?
Fuck off.
Fuck off. I'll take that as a yes. Vala starts walking towards the tent and pulls out a platinum. This should be enough.
You can peek into the tent, and you see the same individual, the diviner, is lying there, reclining there.
Hey.
I've been waiting for you.
Can I buy the bird?
Bird's yours.
Oh, how much do you want for it?
It's free.
So you gave us a free swearing bird. That's pretty cool.
His
Not
name is Kevin.
necessarily socially acceptable, but very cool.
His name is Kevin. He is a nuisance to me. It's not at all socially acceptable. You are correct, Ophelia Grace.
Kevin.
But regardless, he is yours.
Is this my familiar now?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Does he know your name?
Kevin, the fuck off swearing hell bitch bird.
One of your friends came in here with an immense amount of divination power. Scrambled in my head a little. I'll just kindly ask them to keep their distance. Looks over at you, Oren.
Go to
But
hell.
you're back again. After I already read your palm and spooked your friend, pointing at Bo.
What are we doing here? I was just asking about the bird.
That's it. If you're happy to go, then go.
Also,
I
why
feel
do
like
you
he'll
know
be
my
everything
name?
you might need in the future.
Wow, you're weirdly cryptic.
We've met before.
What?
You know where.
Do I?
You do.
Who is it?
He winks at you.
Oh no, is this someone Val?
Definitely.
Val's like, wow, such a warm day. Thanks for the bird.
He comes up from around and the table, and just passes you a card from the table. Oh, I wonder if that seems fitting. There you are.
What is it?
It is a tarot card, it seems,
Oh,
of the Hanged Man.
why did I? Yeah,
Did you already guess?
I guess. Yeah. What's this guy's name?
His name's Xavier,
The diviner.
but he goes by the Diviner mostly, rather like when he's performing.
Where did I meet this guy?
I'm going to mute for a moment.
Okay.
Spoilers, backstory.
All of these conversations is frankly insane to be happening whilst that clown music's playing in the background for me.
Yeah,
Like, it's,
I know.
just
I've had to change it
royal
like a little bit.
duties, joy, and if you can have it.
He smiles at you, and his smile makes you sweat. He's like, "Oh no." The longer you spend in this tent, the more kind of uncomfortable you become at the realization of the connection. And he looks over at the pink cow and just says, "Would your friend like their future read?"
I don't know if Obvi is really into that.
Mm.
Are you, Obvi?
Well, everyone else has done it, haven't they? You can have a
I
go.
didn't do it.
You didn't do it? Oh. Well, I mean, I don't really see a point. So,
No. Yanel has a future. Read their future. Now,
I mean,
please.
it could just be that Yanel's waiting to just have the future, on their own without having to, like, a preview or whatever. Because whatever's
Ellie.
gonna happen will happen.
Puts a finger over Ellie's mouth. Shh.
Oh, okay.
Just and slides over to the diviner. If I give you, and then Izzy says, if I give you a platinum, could you give them a positive reading?
Sure.
Okay, gives them a platinum.
Make a sleight of hand check.
18.
Okay. Well, you know it's settling themselves down, and they don't see you maneuvering around, and the diviner sits in front of them and takes their palms and says, "This is very sweet, but just from a cursory glance, I can tell this isn't what you truly look like. I must look into your eyes to be able to really discern the truth of things. Would you mind?" And Yale looks around and is like, "Zarina's not here, right?"
No, I scared her off.
"And she's not coming back?"
Probably not.
"Fine, I suppose I could." Okay. And they drop their disguise.
I was like, Zarina!
Oh god. Bodil starts sweating. He's like, "You know what? No, she can take care of herself." And looks over at Owen. "I'm not going to leave your side."
Yeah, she kind of looks at Bo like, just don't say anything.
Mm-hmm. And he flips out his coat, sits down, takes Yanel's palm, and says, "Palmistry can only take me so far. Let's use the orb, shall we?" And he presses your hands on it. "Oh, I see. I see a ceremony. Marriage. Someone has reached out to you with an offer, have they not?" And Yanel says, yeah. Looks over at Valis and says, "Yes, of course. You two. I see a happy future. You will have 3 children together, and all will be well. You'll even be able to continue following your dreams of becoming a world-renowned cleric. And Janelle says, I don't know if that's really my dream, but I mean, I'll be able to continue following my deity and also have a positive future.
Behind you now, I was like,
and he says, well, you may need to revisit an encyclopedia of gods to truly find your calling. But you will have a good, long, and happy life. And Janelle says, I just, okay. It just seems like you're making it up, so. And the diviner says, you've got me. You're right. I'm sorry, I simply cannot tell a lie. But what I can tell you...
We're just about to tell a lie, actually, but...
Mm-hmm. What I can tell you is that love will take you where you need to go. Duty and care should not be squandered. And your path is the right one, even when it feels like it takes twists and turns you could not expect. And Nelson's cryptic. Exactly what I expected.
that is cryptic. Kind of want to go now, though. Ellie, do you want to go?
Go, like, leave the tent, or, like, go...
No, let's go. And, like, have them read your little squiggly lines on your palm. Do you have those as a snake person?
I've got... Yeah, I've got little squiggly lines.
Right. Valis and Ellie sandwich, you know. We want to go next.
Okay. All right. He takes both your palms at the same time and presses them on the crystal ball, still sandwiched between you. And he says, this interests me. Looks over at you, Ellie. Actually, I need to open up a different document.
My fortune telling is spread over several documents, you see.
Yeah, it really is, actually.
Circus music is actually really unnerving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. I see, looking at Ellie. I see a clash in your future between faith and science. I see a man who looks like you, older, without some of those tiefling traits. I see him grasping at futures and possibilities, but they're just out of reach. I see fire, and I see blood.
House of the Dragon?
I know, unfortunately, I'm sorry. And beyond that, in your future, I see stars. Sometimes these things present themselves in peculiar ways. I apologize, I cannot give you a further answer.
No, it's like a fun puzzle to put together.
Indeed.
And, maybe it actually might be something that might affect me. Maybe not.
Who knows?
Oh, that's true. That sounded probably fit better, wouldn't it? I was just another sound.
Yeah, I was going and I was like, I had to change it, but I found one. It's quite fun, quite good.
Fair enough.
Could have done it earlier. Whoops.
Valis, when you turn, he turns your palm over. In your future, He said, goes quiet.
Go on, lay it on me.
I see a man with golden eyes who lies at your feet, begging for forgiveness. He wears the same face as you. He's holding something in his hand. In a building made of bones and sorrows. At a great feast. There's a body on the table. He pulls back.
Valis leaves a body on the table.
It's hard to say.
Anything.
Looks like the kind of game you'd put on a spit. It's been butchered and served with gooseberry sauce and red wine.
You're saying I'm at a dinner where they're serving a person?
I feel there is a connection between these scenes. Whether they are taking place at the same time or not is hard to say. Who will know until the future comes to pass?
Valis, let's go. Falls his hands. Spooky.
Mm-hmm. Yunel says, I'm glad there was none of that in my future.
Well, Kevin's clearly hungry. He gets up.
Fuck off!
Yeah, I get it, Kevin. I'm going to get Kevin some peanuts.
And I think as you guys leave the tent in the revelation of all your different prophecies, we'll leave it there for today. And figure out the future of whatever the fuck is going on in the next session. I feel like I'm gonna give you
The pen went out.
Oh no. I feel like Owen wants to
have
give
this
you a spooky one. Oh yeah, that's nice. I'll also give you a spooky one. But I'll give it to you in a dream or something.
Mm.
Oh, I thought you meant in real life. Sorry.
Yeah, Emma comes to me in my dreams sometimes. We have a nice little chat and a little bonding moment. Lily has no idea. Surprise!
Oh my god. Oh my god! Don't tell anyone. Don't tell them the truth about us, Abby.
There's been this repeat dream that I've had.
Girlfriend.
No.
Lily only knows that I'm like the third in this throuple.
Oh, good session. Thank you, Emma.